that some starters would play.
Okay.
I don't know if that means Kirk. That could just mean other starters, but he said starters would play. And he was very vague about who would play when, but that Fernando Mendoza would get opportunity.
Okay.
But even the Raiders, you go to the Raiders' social media account right now, and it's like the Fernando Mendoza era begins tonight in Vegas.
Well, I think he's going to play a decent amount.
If they put Aiden O'Connell out there before Fernando Mendoza, I'm writing a strongly worded email.
I don't think it's crazy she said this, but when she was on the show, she had mentioned at the start of camp, Aiden was getting 2s reps, and Fernando was getting 3s.
Right.
But Fernando worked in front and got those 2 reps as of recent. And then wasn't he getting 1s briefly because something with Kirk?
Yeah,
I can't remember
when
what
Kirk
she
got
said.
kicked out of practice.
That's what it was.
For fighting.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Fighting with Max
Then he
Crosby.
took 1s.
Yeah.
Okay. Man, I look like I'm about to go off the page here.
You look like
I'm on my spot.
You're avoiding me. You're leaning away from me because
I'm on my spot.
Angry about golf. I still am. But it's all me, right? When you're a golfer,
we're back to golf again.
Sorry, you can't
Good Lord, I can't keep
mad.
up with you.
You can't get mad at anything other than yourself. That's the thing. When you get mad on the golf course, you end up just yelling at yourself and self-berating yourself.
Yeah.
Jim Richmond, our boss, is a really good golfer. Really good golfer. I will not say what Jim says on the air because it's not that bad, but Jim calls himself something very interesting when he hits a bad shot.
We all have our ways.
His bad shots are like my great shots. Dave's the same way. Dave will...
Y'all need some work.
Dave will crucify himself verbally when he hits a bad shot. We all do it. And then we blame the equipment and spend a lot of money and it doesn't help.
Yeah, I could not be out there. I would put all you to shame in terms of the swearing.
Oh, no, I know.
It would just be like...
They'd
be like, who is this girl?
I don't want to put you in any environment that makes you more high-strung than what I've seen at times during commercial breaks. No thanks. Especially when you have an actual weapon in your hand, like a golf club.
Very true.
Nah.
Very true.
No.
That could be used creatively.
If we ever golf together, we're not riding in the same cart.
Oh, I'm a good golf cart driver.
Yeah. I don't want to die. I'm not worried about you not being a good golf cart driver. I'm worried about you intentionally flipping the golf cart in race. It's not that you would do it accidentally. It's I'm having...
Here we go, corner.
I'm so angry we're going into this duck pond. I don't care.
Hydroplaning.
Yeah, that's the Kayla. Oh, yeah, you would for sure. Kayla for sure is going to try and drift a golf cart.
Oh, goodness.
For sure.
Tokyo drift.
Honestly, that would be fun content, though. It's like...
It would.
A Matt, Alan, Kayla, and Dave golf foursome and just see...
You should just tape the whole thing.
Yeah, exactly. Just record and bleep every third word.
Yeah, it'd be perfect.
Just watch what happens.
I had my moment this morning on Crosstalk.
You did. We just were talking
yesterday.
I know.
That's why I did it, I think.
I love it.
I think that's because it was in my mind. And why is it that word? I don't actually use that word a lot. That's one of the less words that I use that's a bad word in real life. I don't know why.
Snuck out today. I'm the one yelling about my golf game, and you're the one that cussed? That's crazy. I think you were just feeling my energy.
Probably.
But it's getaway day for you today.
Well, I'm not getting away.
Well, but you're getting away from a day of work tomorrow, which is
good.
Yeah. You're taking a 3-day weekend.
There's still work to be done.
I mean, how dare you leave your partner? I would never do that.
No, he'd never do that for a week.
Never do that for a week while I'm lying in my deathbed because my son got me sick.
We didn't even introduce our guy.
Hold on, we're getting there. All right, it's about me
We're
first in my golf game.
Matt.
It's about me and my golf game first. All right.
Of course it is.
Jay, can you teach me how to golf? Do you know how to putt, Jay? Oh, we don't have your mic, Jay. Hold on. You there?
Are you there?
Hello?
You there?
Nope. Wait, no. He's not on the air.
I'm horrible
there
at golf.
It is. There it is.
You're bad at golf?
I'm horrible.
We should be best friends. We got our guy Jay with us today. Jay helping us out. Anthony, poor guy. Anthony got sick too.
As a dog.
But it makes sense though. Anthony helps out at a school, works at a school, in addition to all the duties that he does here because he's a beast. And there was a kid sick at school. He got sick. My son goes to school, which kids are like germ magnets in kindergarten. And my wife's a teacher. I just swim in illness.
Does she get sick though?
Yeah. Oh,
she does?
Oh, yeah.
They're not immune to it more because they're around it?
Maybe, but there's a thing with teachers. It's a real thing with teachers. Teachers, as soon as they hit their breaks, they get sick. because their bodies know. It's crazy. Bodies know it's like, oh, it's winter break.
Yeah.
I can
That
power down
stinks.
for a little bit. Bam, they get sick.
I don't
And
like
it's
that.
a lot of teachers. Like it happens to my best friend who's a teacher, his wife who's a teacher, my wife who's a teacher. They all get sick on break. Always.
That's not any fun.
No, not at all. But of course, my wife, when she gets sick, she's a beast. She's like, I just
Yeah.
power through. I get sick. I'm like,
You have to stay home a week.
cool in a ball.
Can't stop me either.
Listen, you did not want me to come in. I couldn't.
Yeah, your voice was pretty bad.
Do a show
Even
like this.
like 2 days after when you came back
I was cooked, man.
last week. Your voice
cooked.
was struggle bus.
Well, today's going to be a fun day. Tonight, we've got preseason football. We got the Titans at the Niners at 6 p.m. That game is going to be on NFL Network if you want to watch it.
Perfect.
And the Cardinals at the Raiders, 5 o'clock on ESPN Unlimited.
Okay.
I think it's because Fernando Mendoza is
What is
supposed to play
ESPN
tonight.
Unlimited?
Is
that the plus?
It's like essentially their ESPN Plus. ESPN's got so many
I'm so
freaking
tired
things
of
now
them.
because they have their like ESPN Plus thing. This is this price, but then they have their ESPN big thing, which is even more expensive that you watch all WWE on, and now YouTube TV has it. It's just a bunch of subscriptions, but it's there.
Okay.
You can watch the Raiders on ESPN tonight. Fernando Mendoza's debut on ESPN tonight against the Arizona Cardinals. So, I mean, it's preseason football. Pretty
Yeah.
soon, pretty quickly. We're going to be, especially with the Niners game, right? Like the Raiders game, there's some starters to watch and stuff like that. The Niners are very intentionally, like Kyle Shanahan laid out. Hey, we're not
not
starting
playing their
any of
starters.
our main starters. We're not playing any main starters. I'm still curious, like we've talked about a lot though. Like, do we see Mac Jones and how many of the
I'm guessing
second year
we see a
players
little.
do we see? Like, do we see Mykel Williams? I know he's probably more of a starter, but do we see him at
Yeah.
all as a second year player? Like, I'm curious about who does play for the Niners. We're not going to see
Anyone
the big
who's
wigs.
not injured?
We're not going to Are we seeing Stribling tonight?
I think so. Yeah,
Cool. Mm-hmm. I'm in.
absolutely.
At least
I
for a
don't know
drive.
how long, but I think so. Because he was in joint practices, so he's healthy enough to be in joint practices. He should be out there for a preseason game, for at least for a little bit. But I love it. I know people don't; they're not psycho like me. But when it comes to football, I actually like watching these players battle for positions or battle for roster spots.
Absolutely.
It's just so fun to see what comes out of some of these guys when it comes to, pretty much like this is where they start the true evaluation of, okay, do we really put this guy in front of this guy? Is game action. So it's always fun to watch. I mean, not a whole game, but a couple quarters.
True or false? The main reason to watch the 49ers tonight is how Curtis Rourke plays.
That's one of them. Yeah, I think Stribling is a big one for me because I do think he's going to play. And I want to see him in a real game. Well, this isn't a real game, but it is a preseason game.
Right.
I want to see him in game action, I should say.
Sure.
I don't know who's going to throw to him, but if it is Curtis Rourke, that'd be interesting because Curtis Rourke is clearly trying to prove, at least over the next year, that he could be a viable backup for the Niners. And Mac Jones, who I think is somebody that other teams would be interested in at some point, especially if quarterback goes down, and it happens all the time in this league, then maybe there's a trade that could actually be of worth for the 49ers if they felt comfortable in Curtis Rourke.
See, I selfishly, as a viewer, I hope Mac Jones plays tonight, especially with someone like Stribling, so that you give
That's what I'd like
Stribling
to
the
see.
best chance at playing with a starting caliber, quote-unquote, quarterback. But it would not surprise me if all of Kyle Shanahan goes, like, we know who Mac Jones is. Obviously, Brock Purdy's not playing. Curtis Rourke, you get the first half. Adrian Martinez, you get the second half.
That wouldn't surprise
make
me.
perfect
Nah,
sense
it
to
wouldn't
me.
surprise me either. It would not surprise me at all. I mean, maybe Mac gets maybe Mac gets a drive, let's say.
Yeah.
And then he puts in Curtis and then
And then
Adrian.
have him play for that. I mean, that's kind of what I'm hoping with the Raiders. Like,
Yeah.
give Kirk Cousins a drive. Let him just establish himself. I would imagine if the starters are playing, so I'm guessing we're going to see a few snaps of Brock Bowers, a few snaps of Genty.
I would
Okay.
hope so
What
because
that
it's a new offense.
Like, does Linderbaum play? What does the offensive line look like a little bit?
I would
Like,
say so.
give it a drive with the majority of what you believe will be your starting 11
Right.
on opening night. then have Fernando Mendoza play essentially the rest of the first quarter, the second quarter, and most of the third, and then have Aiden O'Connell finish the game.
I'm fine with that.
That's what, as a Raider fan, but also as a viewer, that's what I would, if I'm asking Kubiak, that's what I'm asking him to do.
They only have 3 QBs?
Well, I'm sure they have a fourth. I can look at their depth chart.
I'm like, well, who is their fourth? Because we never talk about, you usually never talk about the fourth, but I didn't even think about that. I was like, who is their fourth
let's take a look.
quarterback on the Raiders roster?
The fourth quarterback, Jacob Clark.
Oh, okay, yeah. Wouldn't have known.
But Jacob, respectfully, sit down, bud.
Sit down.
Fernando Mendoza.
We don't know who you are.
And then Aiden O'Connell, if Aiden O'Connell even makes the team. I've been there, done that with Aiden O'Connell, but he's a fine
Practice
quarterback.
squad guy.
He's a fine quarterback. But it's Fernando Mendoza era, so we want to see a lot of Fernando Mendoza tonight.
I would agree. And I think the more reps he can get, the better that you're going to start to see, is he really catching on to this offense at the next level? And then eventually during the season, he's going to be at some point, I believe at some point he will be starting.
I would hope so.
But you never know.
We already talked about this. Week 9, manifest, baby. Fernando Mendoza's
You're
debut.
calling week 9. I'm going to call, so you're calling your shot. Week 9 is
I'm
when
just
Fernando will.
manifesting.
I know, but you're also calling your shot. So I'm going to call my shot week 6.
Week 6.
I don't even know who they're playing, but for some reason 6 is speaking to me.
Week 6 is speaking to you.
Yeah.
Week 6 for the Raiders. Oops.
And it might be because Kirk gets a little banged up. I'm not going to say he gets anything seriously hurt
For that offensive
but
line.
I think he might be out for a week or so, and so Mendoza comes in.
Fernando Mendoza's debut, week 6, would be in Las Vegas at Allegiant Stadium against Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills.
Oh my goodness! Wait, trial by fire, baby.
Yeah.
There ain't no better way.
Hey, and then he outduels him. Oh yeah,
Right? And then Mendoza becomes, takes over and becomes what Brady was in terms of when he took over.
Honestly, though, week 8 would be a perfect week for Mendoza to make his
8?
debut. Week 8.
That's not the one you were looking at.
No. Week 9, I want it to happen because
it's in San
Francisco, and I can be there. So it's purely selfish.
We'll be going to that.
Week 8 makes the absolute most sense, though.
At home.
No, on the road. So week 6,
Really?
at home versus Buffalo. Week 7, at home versus the Rams. Yeah, I don't want Fernando to die. So
Not
I don't
with
want
that
Myles
defense.
Garrett and potentially Aaron Donald to
Ew.
kill him in his debut. So maybe he waits, sits out week 6 and 7. Fernando Mendoza's debut under the bright lights of New York City.
Oh, geez.
Against the Jets.
Okay, that's not bad.
Kicking Geno Smith's ass. Give it to me.
Oh, Geno won't be playing at that point. He won't be.
Will he be shut down, benched,
I just don't think
or
he'll.
hurt because of that team?
Probably both.
Or the turf?
Probably both.
I'm not rooting for that.
Both
I
can
liked
happen.
Geno.
I have nothing wrong with Geno. I liked him when he was in Seattle. He had a second coming of his career. Unfortunately, I think he is one that needs to probably call it quits.
Well, he threw the ball to the wrong damn team every game.
And part
Granted,
of it was
he
the
didn't have
O-line, but part of it was him.
True.
And Pete. Pete probably shouldn't have come back.
Yeah, Pete.
I love him, but he probably shouldn't have
The
come back.
best part of Pete Carroll's time as the Raiders head coach was during his introductory press conference when Marshawn Lynch crashed it. That was the
For
best.
sure.
That was the high of
Yeah.
Pete Carroll's time.
And
And,
then
then
it
to
went-
be fair, they won week 1 against the Patriots in New England.
True.
And I tweeted out, Jay, don't laugh at this. I tweeted out, oh my God, the 49ers, I'm like, the Raiders
are
finally
back.
have a real quarterback.
You really tweeted that out?
I tweeted it, and then Karma said, "Oh, you stupid little Raider fan,
Matt.
you did it again."
Did the tweet get retweeted at any point? Like, look at
Like
this
freezing
guy.
cold takes.
Yeah.
No, I didn't make freezing cold takes, but I've made freezing cold takes many times.
Oh, I remember you telling me that for the
Many.
King stuff.
Yeah. The thing I made freezing cold takes for, actually the most, other than the Luka Doncic stuff, which was tongue in cheek. But I remember saying, and I got karma'd to hell. I remember saying early in a season, it was like Beam Team 2 year or something like that. Early in the season, and this is when James Harden was still on the Clippers. I was like, the Clippers are the worst team in the Pacific Division. They suck. They won the Pacific Division that year and were like the second seed in the West. Oh, I had
People
Clippers,
found that one?
I had Clippers Twitter, which I didn't even know existed. I had Clippers Twitter posting memes of of a SWAT team around my house going, "You've got to come out eventually."
That's really funny.
I was like, I'm here, man. Your Clippers are good. Sorry.
What do they call themselves? The swell?
Yeah, their
fan base.
They've got a great vibe.
They
there,
really
man.
do. And I didn't ever think that was a thing.
The wall is dope. My guy Dime, he's the host of the Locked On Clippers podcast, but he also
I don't think we've had him on.
Is like a Clippers vlogger. So he goes to games and he vlogs his experience, and he's been doing it forever. And he sits in the wall, and he famously beefs with Kevin Duren on Twitter. I don't know what Kevin Durant's obsession is with my guy Dime, but they go back and forth all the time.
Is this his burner, Kevin's?
No, it's real Kevin. It's real
it
Kevin
is?
Durant. Yeah. And then when Kevin Durant comes to LA, he always looks for Dime, and then they always kind of mess with each other from the crowd. Like
that's really good. I like it.
It gets heated sometimes, but it's very bantery. It's not like it doesn't cross the line. But Dime does really cool vlogs. Like, shout out to the Clippers fan base, man, because they know their little brother and they don't care. Like, they're awesome.
That's what I like about it.
The Intuit Dome is great. It's just a damn shame that their owner, Steve Ballmer, who I like Steve Ballmer's energy. I think Steve Ballmer's personality as an owner is wonderful. Mm-hmm. I love that kind of owner that's a psychopath, that's bigger fan. Like, that's why I love Mark Cuban. They're almost a bigger fan than they are an owner. I love the Maloofs when they were that way. When the Maloofs were courtside going nuts.
Sure.
Like, I love and we're losing that in sports now that the Lakers are being sold for $12.5 billion. Carmichael Dave was talking, I think, Kelly Brothers this morning about how Bob Iger, who is one of the new owners of the Lakers, is a Clippers fan.
Oh, I didn't know he was
like
a Clippers
famously
fan.
an LA Clippers fan. So now
weird.
When it's worth that much money, you're getting more businessmen than you're getting sports fans. But it's a damn shame that Steve Ballmer is basically money laundering to Kawhi Leonard in order to get him to stay in LA. But that slap on the wrist is coming.
Oh, yeah. And if it doesn't, then Adam Silver is really going to look like he's just being puppeteered.
At noon today.
Oh, boy. Here we go.
The schedules drop for
30
NBA teams. You ready, Kayla?
Oh, yeah. I'm prepared for it.
The noon segment, game 1 through game 82.
Yeah.
We're just dissecting it, breaking it down.
We need someone to bring in sandwiches for that segment.
In-depth analysis on all 82 games.
In-depth analysis.
Making predictions like we know what the hell is possibly going to be going on. It's schedule release day, baby. It's insanity season. I love it.
Did you, are we going to then make sure who matched up with what with our predictions?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
We'll do that.
Got it.
But if
because I got that half point last time.
No, there's no half point. No, it's either
because it was
in
LA.
No, there's no half point. We're not half pointing. If Anthony wins, by the way, we don't tell him. He's sick. He's not here.
That's right.
If you're not here to collect the trophy, you don't get it.
Okay.
Or we give it to Jay.
What happened to the baseball trophy? Oh, it's over there.
It's in shambles over there.
Just like the game ended up
broken
being
like my heart. Yeah, the game ended when you friggin' brought your Emmy.
What?
Yeah, no. You brought your Emmy and reminded me that everything I do matters nothing in the world because you actually win things.
Oh, God.
Yeah, and I can't putt. Speaking of not mattering, did you listen to any of Pablo Torre's episode on the electrical substation?
Well, I saw it first thing when I woke up this morning. That they
really
were
good.
That he was doing something on it.
It's really good.
And I was like, oh boy, here we go.
Well, I cut together basically a couple-minute clip of essentially the meat and potatoes of the podcast. It's a really good podcast. It's an hour long. Highly encourage everybody to go and listen to it. I know our guy Dwayne in the comment section is going to be happy because you'll hear a lot of scientists involved in this episode to kind of just explain, as John Lynch calls it, why it's a nothing burger. We'll play that audio for you when we come back. We're just getting started. Matt and Kayla on a Thursday. We call it Friday Junior around here. No, I'm not over my terrible golf game yesterday on Sactown Sports.
SactownSports.com is your online home for sports in Sacramento. Dive deep into the Kings, 49ers, Raiders, Giants, Athletics, and more with your favorite local personalities and some of the most trusted sports voices in the community. Stream Sactown Sports 1140. Watch original video content and read in-depth analysis all in one location. SactownSports.com. Your local sports leader. Sactown Sports 1140.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-292-4541 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-292-4541. That's 800-292-4541. What do you have to lose? Call 800-292-4541. Again, 800-292-4541.
Country in the Park 2, presented by your California Army National Guard, October 23rd at Heart Health Park at Cal Expo with Bailey Zimmerman, Russell Dickerson, plus more. Enjoy line dancing, live DJs, mechanical bull, and food trucks. Tickets start at just $70. Country in the Park 2, October 23rd at Heart Health Park at Cal Expo with Sky River Casino and Joel Gott Wines. More info at CITPFest.com.
You know, I used to think all money managers were the same until I spoke with Fisher Investments.
Really? How different are they?
Fisher's investment counselors are dedicated to service, not sales, keeping clients up to date on their portfolio.
Well, they probably just invest in a bunch of mutual funds like I do.
Nope. They build a tailored portfolio based on their clients' personal goals, helping them stay on track for a comfortable retirement.
Well, they must make commissions selling products.
Actually, Fisher doesn't sell any commission-based products. They're a fiduciary, and they believe that's a conflict.
Then they have some kind of complex fee structure.
Nope. Fisher has a simple, transparent fee that's a percentage of their client's portfolio. So they do better when their clients do better.
It sounds like Fisher really is different.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Fisher Investments. Clearly different wealth management. Learn more at fisherinvestments.com/different. Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Folsom Chevy is truck country, where great deals and a wide selection of new Silverado half-ton pickup trucks rolls through August with a 0% financing offer. Swing by the Folsom Auto Mall or go to folsomchevy.com to find out more. Folsom Chevy, together let's drive.
Matt and Kayla on Sactown Sports 1140.
If you want to join the show on Sactown Sports YouTube channel, you absolutely can. The comment section is open for you anytime. But don't be like Campeo Silva. He said, "Hey, Snowman and Kayla." Screw you, Campeo. All right?
Campy.
Don't do that to me.
He knows what he's doing.
Don't do that to me. Just because I started my round and ended my round with 8s on the scorecard yesterday doesn't mean that you have to call me that. Words can hurt, even if they're true.
But sticks, what is that?
Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. Yeah, nah.
Mine's like the opposite.
No. You break me with anything.
Well, they could break you with both.
This is a very random...
Sticks and stones and
This
words.
is a very random, morbid topic. But, like, I'm into shows like House of the Dragon and stuff like that, where they're very brutal shows that have to do with war and stuff like that, and like torturing for information and things of that nature, like classic. I'd be cooked, man. I'd give you anything. Yeah. I'd give you anything. You like pinch me hard enough. I'm like, yep, here's where the base is. Here's how many men we have.
You're just like waterboarding.
Here's my social security number.
You just give it up right away.
Nope. You can have it all. You can have it all.
That's why you like that, though, because you like the things that you know you wouldn't be able to do, which would be withhold information.
I mean, I like House of the Dragon because I'm a nerd, and it's fantasy, and it's cool. Season just ended. Now I have to wait till 2028 for the next season. What the hell, man?
2 years?
Yeah, because they're shooting everything.
Where do they shoot that at, by the way?
Don't know. Don't care that much. Like I enjoy like the Game of Thrones universe, but I'm not like super into it. You know, I'll just.
I would have been curious as to where they shot Game of Thrones or some of the locations, because it is so. Like some of the scenery is so epic.
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, I'm sure all over Europe, but I have no idea. Genuinely, no idea. But I enjoyed the show. House of the Dragon was good. This season was good. The last episode was really good. Really enjoyable if you're a nerd like me. Pablo, another really enjoyable show. Thank you, Jim.
Yes.
Another really enjoyable show is Pablo Torre Finds Out. Pablo Torre this is the show where Pablo famously first broke the Kawhi Leonard scandal and the aspiration thing and everything. Like, Pablo has been just on a generational run over the last year.
Good for him for finding a niche, too.
He's cooking.
Seriously.
Man. He's cooking. And I've always wondered, too, like, when you get to the point that Pablo's at, he works tremendously hard and puts in a lot of work into each episode to where it's like hours upon hours upon hours going into a 50 to 60 hour long episode.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy, the amount of work that he's doing. But also, I would imagine, now that he's established himself as, like, this brand, I wonder how many people are lining up to tell him things.
Oh, a ton.
I can't imagine.
I'm sure a ton. Because like you said, he is now a name kind of known to do this type of stuff, break these types of things, or, divulge information other people don't have. So yeah, absolutely people are going to him and say, hey, by the way, I'm not supposed to say anything, but you might want to look into this.
Yeah, if you want to get something out there, air a scandal out there, go to Pablo Torre. He'll look into it. Well, Pablo did an episode on the electrical substation and basically teamed up with a couple scientists to talk their way through if this matters or not. And for lack of a better term, dumb it down as best as they can so the general populace and people like me, who you put like a periodic table in front of me and my eyes cross, like breaking it down to where we understand it. And even so, there's still a lot of complex stuff in here, but they do a really, really good job of making it understandable. Really, they do a really good job of just articulating everything. It's a great episode. Highly encourage you to go and listen to the entire thing. But I cut basically the meat and potatoes of it here into a couple minute clip for us. Here is the truth behind the electrical substation and its potential impacts on the 49ers injuries in Santa Clara. Go, computer. Go.
You were all
these EMF waves coming from Wi-Fi and substations and stuff. What if they, through oxidative stress, were the things attacking the tendons of these athletes, of these San Francisco 49ers players?
This is exactly where Peter is going. So he starts thinking that this oxidative stress could weaken collagen. Collagen is a protein. It's also found in tendons and ligaments. It's super, super important. So if indeed electromagnetic waves are weakening collagen, then that could increase the risk of tendon, ligament injuries. And he ultimately decides to go to the practice area and measure the electromagnetic waves. And at one point, he actually measures 50 milligauss coming off what's called a feeder line, which he thinks is running underground from the substation under the stadium. So these kinds of electromagnetic waves that are coming off the substation, they're really long. They're called extremely low frequency electromagnetic waves. And they are also getting emitted from the electrical equipment around you and in your home. So the lights, the computer, the microphone, your TV, electric blankets, everything is emitting these electromagnetic waves.
So as somebody who is sleeping on top of his cell phone most nights, am I in danger? What does it mean given that Peter, with his Gauss meter, was recording, a 50 milligauss rating?
So 50 milligauss is higher than what's normally encountered. However, it is still below, much, much lower than the limit. So the limit,
What's the limit?
for the general public is 2,000 milligauss.
Whoa! Oh, okay.
Right.
And what happens at 2,000?
Well, nothing happens at 2,000 milligauss.
Right.
Because there's safety factors built within the limit.
You were worried that 50 milligauss was a ton. For narrative tension purposes, I didn't reveal that actually 50 milligauss is not particularly high. So I think, bottom line, we could safely say the substation, the evidence just isn't there that is to blame for the injuries the 49ers have had.
So there you go.
Interesting.
There's a lot more in that podcast. Again, Pablo Torre Finds Out, the podcast he just dropped about the substation and the science behind everything. They get into a lot more detail about like what matters and what doesn't and the science behind it and everything. But from that clip, at least you get this general belief that while there is definitely electromagnetic currents running under the field and under the stadium that these players are around every single day for hours upon hours upon hours, that it's like the highest rating that they got was 50, and it doesn't get dangerous until 2000. Like it gives us a little context as to maybe this isn't really that big of a deal.
It's so funny though, what I've realized with this, you're not going to change people's minds.
No.
If people want to think that it has something to do with the injuries, they're going to think that. If you have people that are opposite and think it has nothing to do with it, they're going to think that. So the only thing the Niners can do, Matt, at this point, is to prove in some way, whether that be moving away with the practice facility or
which isn't happening,
doing what they should do in the training staff, revamping it. And you even heard who was on the other day that said the similar thing about having to change. It was Jake Gaydon, I think, changing up. Yeah, because he said it's been the same doctors. It's been the same. He said the similar thing that I did. They need to change something up with the training staff. And I hate, again, for anyone to lose their job.
Right.
But when it's gotten to this point, you have to figure out everything you can to try to get back on the right page with injuries.
Well, they actually discussed this in the podcast too, is like when things have happened at the rate that have happened in San Francisco, and they actually illustrate and talk about a little bit too. On paper, the injury rate in San Francisco is not so alarming compared to the rest of the league. It's just that prominent names keep going
That's a
down.
good point.
So it's not like the Niners are at 100% more injuries than the next highest or anything like that. It doesn't matter. Your primary players are still going down. You have to have an explanation for it. But essentially they talk about like people latch onto these electromagnetic theories and the substation theories and things like that because they need an explanation for something. They need a reason. And it's not just fans. It's even people in the organization. We need a reason for why this is still happening.
Sure.
So that's why so many people latch onto this electromagnetic theory because it's a thing that they can visibly see. You can't miss it every time you see a picture at the practice facility. It's a jarring image
really is.
that just explains something, and I need an explanation or I won't be able to sleep at night.
Yeah.
And if the electromagnetic fields and the substation is not that, like it doesn't seem to be, then to your point, now you pivot to the next thing. And I know you're not saying this necessarily, but what I think the Niners are, you could call it stubbornness or whatever. I think what they want to make sure not to do is to knee-jerk react.
It's not knee-jerking. It's been happening for years, Matt.
I agree with you.
Not knee-jerking at this point.
I agree with you. But I think the Niners are trying to do everything in their power to figure out an explanation without taking the axe to their entire strength and development staff.
Unfortunately, I don't care at this point. It's been too long that there's been year after year after year after year, too many injuries. You're starting camp with this being the thing they're leading on ESPN with. They're not even talking about the team. They're leading with this. At some point, the Niners have to do something. And it's not a knee-jerk situation. It's a stubbornness. That's the problem. It's actually been opposite of a knee-jerk reaction. They've been so stubborn, whether it be Shanahan or Shanahan and Lynch. They don't want, and I don't want anyone to lose their jobs too, but I've lost my job like 3 or 4 times. It happens. Like, you have to figure out ways sometimes to explain or just to help your franchise in general move forward past this injury headline. I mean, it just won't stop.
I agree. I do think the Niners, and this is probably a fault of theirs, I do think the Niners are maybe latching still onto the hope that last season was just bad luck.
Good luck with that.
This season will determine that, I guess.
Yeah, and I'd
like
say...
if Mike Evans gets hurt, I know he's coming off of an injury-riddled season.
And he's older.
If Mike Evans gets hurt, Trent Williams gets hurt, Brock Purdy gets hurt. Christian McCaffrey gets hurt. Like some of these guys have had injuries and injury histories that predate their time in the Niners. Like Christian McCaffrey getting hurt. Nobody was talking about that when he got hurt, not last season, but the season before. Nobody was talking about that as a Niners problem. That was a Christian McCaffrey problem because he got hurt a lot in Carolina.
Yep. Nick
Bosa spent his entire career in San Francisco, and he's had two now catastrophic injuries.
Yeah.
The Fred Warner injury has nothing to do with electromagnetic fields anyway, even when that theory was alive and well, because the dude just shattered his foot.
There's always those. I mean, those types of injuries happen in football all the time.
Exactly. And I think that's where the Niners, probably to a fault of theirs, I would imagine, have separated what are football injuries from what are injuries that are from the wear and tear of our organization.
Sure.
And I think it's easy to lump all those together, and maybe the Niners feel, to the point of the Pablo Torre podcast, maybe the Niners feel that the vast majority have been just football injuries versus if everybody were going down with injuries like Nick Bosa had, George Kittle did. That's another one. George Kittle hurt.
It doesn't have to be just significant names. There are plenty that have gone down with other types of injuries.
Right, but that's the same, like I'm not saying nobody, but like we've talked about in your 2-minute drill, you talked about 2 or 3 different players that have gone down with season-ending injuries in their respective training camps, and that's just, this happens every single year. So it sounds like I'm defending the Niners. I'm genuinely not. I'm just trying to put myself in their headspace of what they could be considering before going after the only thing that they have left to control, which is their training staff.
Yeah, sometimes you got to let go of control to be able to move forward. I truly believe they're going to have to do something. And again, if this year seems to be an anomaly and there's no significant injuries enough to talk about it, like there's always going to be injuries, guys. That's football. But if it's enough not to get in the way, that's what needs to happen. It can't get in the way, or it can't be an excuse for why the Niners didn't go to this spot in the playoffs or didn't, get to the Super Bowl or whatever it might be that fans want out of this team. If it gets in the way, you got to do something. Period. And I don't feel sorry for them.
Right.
Like they've had time to be stubborn, but it's not working.
We'll see if it continues this year. It seems like people expect it to, just with the Niners injury
I hope
history.
not, though. I really hope not.
I certainly hope not, too, for how I won't say an old roster, but they have a lot of their primary players
core
are all on the older side. We'll take the break. I'd like to say we'll get to the Pro Football Focus second-year players with the most pressure on them when we come back. But JR's on hold, and he wants to talk about my golf game. And I'm going to assume, that JR is calling in to help me fix my putting and not make fun of me and make me feel worse about myself.
JR, make fun of him.
We'll get to JR when we come back. And the second-year players with the most pressure on them. Plus, even though we talked about Russell Westbrook's retirement yesterday on the show because it broke during the show, we didn't really talk about the reports and the elements of the story where Russ chose retirement over returning to the Sacramento Kings. I admire the hell out of him for doing that. We'll talk about that to start the 11 o'clock hour. We're still just getting started on schedule release day right here on Sactown Sports.
Football is back.
This is Sactown, baby!
And Sactown Sports 1140 is your home for primetime NFL games this season.
This is Kevin Harlan of Westwood One. Catch all the NFL primetime action.
Catch Monday, Thursday, and Sunday night football, international games, the NFL playoffs, and the Super Bowl right here on Sactown Sports all season long. Your local sports leader, Sactown Sports 1140.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Carmichael Dave here, so proud to talk about my new friends at Pest Pros, where they are family-owned, they are locally rooted, and they are committed to serving Northern California. I got a mouse problem at my house, and I don't like mice. I got a cockroach problem at my house, and I don't like cockroaches. That's a real thing. You're going to get pest protection somewhere. Why not get it at a place that is locally owned and operated? Longtime Kings fans and partners, and the community, you've spoken. They're back-to-back Sacramento favorites. So if you got pest control, you don't have pest pros. Step up to the pros with their all-star lineup. Don't just make the call, make the right call. Go to pestprosps.com, Sacramento grown, family owned, or call them at 916-588-9345. That's 916-588-9345. Step up to the pros at Pest Pros.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you could pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-330-8323 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-330-8323. That's 800-330-8323. What do you have to lose? Call 800-330-8323. Again, 800-330-8323.
With 25 award-winning years in Northern California, Ashton & Price is your local injury law firm. Pro attorney tip: if a firm presents as local but they're in LA, red flag. If your first consultation is not with a lawyer, big red flag. At Ashton & Price, your first consult is with a local attorney, and if serious injury prevents travel, a lawyer will come to you. Still not enough? George Washington's my uncle. At Ashton & Price, no red flags, just red, white, and blue.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
Now through August 31st at Big O Tires, receive $80 to $120 in instant savings on 4 select in-stock Netson, Nitto, or Sumitomo tires with installation purchase. Disposal fees extra, not good with other offers. See your locally owned Big O Tires dealer for pricing.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
Seems as though casual players are always trying to balance the desire to hit the golf ball farther with shooting lower scores. Whether you hit a 270-yard drive or miss a 12-inch putt, they both count a stroke on your scorecard. Some of us will never hit the ball 270 yards, and trying normally leaves us well short and well right of the target. Seems as though improving our putting might be an easier way to shoot better scores. Putting is about confidence. It's about feeling the greens, seeing the line, visualizing the ball going in the hole, and making a confident stroke. Harvey Penick says, never, repeat, never allow yourself to think about what's riding on the putt, whether it's a major championship or just a 50-cent wager. Hit the putt as you've hit 10,000 putts in the past. Concentrate on imitating your final practice stroke, not on what will happen if you either miss it or make it. A positive mind will cure a lot of ills. Think about it. Really, think about it. That's your Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
Card collectors know there's nothing as special as a rare one-of-one card. And now you can hear a very rare one-of-a-kind sports card show right here on Sactown Sports. Whitey Gleason here inviting you to join me and Mr. True Sports Cards himself, Emran Pilati, for the True Sports Card Show every Saturday morning at 10 on Sactown Sports. It's the only sports card radio show in the nation. For all your hobby needs, get to True Sports Cards, 6661 Stanford Ranch Road in Rockland. And for hobby, insight, and fun, join us for the True Sports Card Show Saturday mornings at 10 on Sactown Sports.
It's Matt George and Kayla Anderson on Sactown Sports 1140.
Today's show is an open call for help. SOS, SMP, Save Matt's Putting. Anybody that can help me learn how to putt after I missed like 6 or 7 par putts yesterday that were all within 10 feet. Please, I'm begging you. I was telling Kayla during the break, I've never ever been a blame the equipment guy. I know I suck. I walked off the course yesterday and I was like, maybe I will just randomly spend $200 on a new putter. Just to feel something.
I would wait on that one.
Just to feel something, you know?
Wait just a little longer
just so
on
I
making
can
that
blame
decision.
the tool and not the guy using the tool, because, God, I couldn't hit putts to save my life. So here he comes with a cape. My hero, JR, calling in to fix my putting, fix my golf game, and certainly not make fun of me in any kind of way. Right, JR?
Top of the morning to you. How are you?
Good morning, mate.
First things first, is it funny in that interview how smart those English people always sound when you have an accent?
Right, exactly. I will listen to you intently if you have an accent.
Right? Oh, the data analytics are so much smarter if you have the English accent. Real quick, before I get to your game, young man, as someone who was born in Candlestick Park and raised in Redwood City, where the Niners' original training facility was, at Red Morton, you can look it up. The funny thing is they used to complain about that place because it was a horrible facility, but it was more the upkeep of the lawn and everything. And so now, turn your attention to the substation, And let's be honest, the only reason Seattle won last year is because the Niners were injured.
Good point.
Seattle wasn't very. Yeah, that's a good point right there.
Good point right there.
Oh, you ain't getting under my skin. This is the day that nothing's getting to me today.
Well, no, like this is a thing on Twitter. Like Seattle Seahawks fans were posting pictures of the Seattle Seahawks practice facility, which is like right on the water. It's gorgeous,
Right.
and they're like not a
They're right,
substation
they're
in
both up there.
sight. I'm like, screw y'all.
Yeah, they take their
very
cruise
ritzy.
boats. Yeah. Anyway, your golf game. Focus more about 2 feet past the hole. Don't necessarily focus on the hole. And then you just heard your golf guy, which is a great thing. He always says being positive. Don't overanalyze your shot. Do it the way you do it all the time. But I would say I would love to see you buy a $250 putter just because then if you don't hit it, it's the tool, not you.
Don't put it past me. Don't put it past me,
Don't be the tool. Don't be the tool, Matt.
I'm in a weak state of mind. Appreciate you, JR.
That's a good little tip.
No, JR is right, though, because I also am I leave putts short.
Sure.
Because I'm afraid to kill. I was talking to our commissioner yesterday because I said, have you ever heard of a short hitter in golf with a fear of going long? That's me. Like, I don't hit the ball very far. It's because
you feel like you're going to go past.
Like, listen, I'm not the most built guy on the planet, but being tall in golf helps you get a lot of distance. Like, you'll see a lot of golfers that are tall that aren't very muscular.
Well, you're longer limbed.
Right, and it helps.
Yeah.
I don't make good enough contact or compress the ball well enough to hit the ball as far as I should be hitting it, but I still hit it comfortably good. Like, I have good distances on my clubs, but I notoriously hit the ball shorter than I think I'm going to.
I think he's short, Tim.
Shut up.
Yeah. I think he's short.
But I refuse to club up. I refuse to, because I'm afraid of going long, even though I notoriously go short. It's so weird. Normally, short hitters have a fear of going short, so they hit the ball too far. I'm the opposite. It's the same thing when I putt. Like, I have a fear of crushing the ball past the hole, so I will never even get it there. So JR's tip of, like, hey, aim
look
2 feet
it,
past the hole and go for that. It's a great tip. But when I'm standing over the ball, I'm like, I'm so scared.
Well,
I genuinely am a child that's afraid.
You got to get out of your childness.
Oh, for sure. Golf is such a mental game. It's just a hurdle.
Oh yeah,
and
that's also why we've seen great golfers go through tough times, and that would include Rory McIlroy.
Ugh.
Like, he went through a lot of tough times of not being able to get back right, and now he has.
Yeah,
and we've clearly seen the benefits of that.
Playing golf gives you such an appreciation for professional golfers because when you're on your game, you feel on top of the freaking world.
Sure.
But normally what happens, like, I would say on average, I'm a better putter than I am with my driver.
Okay.
Yesterday, I was hitting my driver better than I've ever hit my driver. Like, I was hitting my driver. I hit one of my longest drives ever yesterday.
But then your putter game is then
for pros who have
it.
everything put together for 4 straight rounds on the hardest courses in the world. It's incredible how gifted these guys are.
Hey, Matt, were you solo? Were you practicing?
What do you mean?
Yesterday.
We were playing a. It was a.
He plays in like a media league.
Our media league. We play a 9-hole media league.
So they do it like every Wednesday.
I see. Was anybody else from the studio with you?
Yeah, Dave was with me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and Jason plays in it, although he's on vacation right now. Jim Richmond, our boss downstairs, plays in it.
He's out with all the big wigs.
They're all.
I see.
Oh, Scott Marsh plays it. They're all better golfers.
Yeah, all the big timers.
I'm still fairly newish.
Again, you went from practicing playing almost every day for the last few months, couple months at least,
pretty much,
to a 2-week kind of
lull.
Hiatus.
Yep.
Because you got sick and then
dying.
You couldn't do it last week. So I think that's a big reason
Kayla's trying
why.
to hype me up, and I appreciate that. Kayla's trying to make.
I don't do it often, so take it while you can.
I appreciate that. In general, though, like, I used to average probably for a round of golf, I used to average 104. And this summer, like shooting 104, and this summer I'm probably averaging like 96.
Yeah.
So that's
it's a
really
step in the right direction.
Really good improvement for me.
Exactly.
I'm happy about that. No one gives a damn about my golf game. Kayla, stop making me talk about it.
You talked about it for this whole segment.
You keep asking me about my golf
No,
game.
I did not.
You keep making me talk about it, and I want to talk about other things.
No, I would not do that.
So stop making me talk about my golf game, all right? It's the last warning. 10 NFL players, second-year players, under pressure, according to Pro Football Focus. There's a Niner on this list. I hope we see him tonight.
There should be a couple.
Okay, you think so? There's only one, but the one that's on is their edge rusher, Mykel Williams.
Oh, you're talking about just tonight.
What do you mean?
What was the question?
I'm saying I hope that Mykel Williams.
What was the question? Go back to the title.
The 10 second-year NFL players that.
Oh, second year.
Second-year NFL players with the most pressure on them.
This entire season.
Yes, going into the season, these players have the most pressure in their second year. This is according to Pro Football Focus. Only one Niner made this list, and that's Mykel Williams, edge rusher. They write, Williams was touted as a raw but high upside prospect coming out of Georgia. The 49ers took a shot on him with the 11th overall pick in 2025, but we'll need to see much more of the latter. Williams played only 385 snaps after suffering a torn ACL. There it is again in Week 9, but the results were generally subpar. His 50
not substation.
His pass rush grade ranked 90th out of 95 qualified edge defenders, and he tallied just 19 pressures on an 8.8% pass rush win rate. Despite his run-stopping prowess in college, Williams wasn't dominant in that department either, with a 6.2% run-stop rate, good for the 51st percentile. So we talk a lot about Nick Bosa coming back, getting healthy. Hopefully that'll help with the pass rush. We talk about the addition of the guy that you really like this summer, Osa Odigizua, right? And Fred Warner being back, while he's a linebacker, he can help with the rush. That's not necessarily his number one goal. But I think the Niners are very much... I won't say just hoping. I think they need Mykel Williams to make that jump if they're going to compete with some of the defenses in this division.
Well, they need a lot of their guys that are a little younger to make a jump. There's more. I mean, there's secondary players too. But for him specifically, second-year player, if you were drafted that high, you need to start having some sort of an impact on the quarterback, on the rush. Like, you have to. And because all these other guys are aging out, and there is going to be a point sometime this season that you're going to be called upon to up the ante, even if Nick Bosa is healthy. You can't just rely on Nick Bosa this year to get pass rush. I roll my eyes at the fact that everyone's like, well, when Nick Bosa's back, they'll get a little more of the pass rush. It's like, this guy, you can't just say it's Nick Bosa's job. It needs to be a group effort here.
Especially
on this
when he's
line.
Double teamed.
But yeah, Mykel Williams, absolutely pressure on him this year to step it up and stay healthy.
We got a break, but really quickly, 2 quarterbacks are on this list. What do you think about these guys real quick? Number 1, Jackson Dart. Number 2, your guy in Tennessee, Cam Ward.
Yeah, they're quarterbacks.
Yep.
They have to. Year 2, have to take a significant jump.
But there's a lot more pressure on Dart than Ward, right? I mean,
because he's in New York.
Yes, and Harbaugh. And while New York was healthy earlier in the season, they were showing signs of this is exciting. Now you add John Harbaugh to the mix. Hopefully they stay healthier. I think Jackson Dart has a ton of pressure on him for sure. But Cam Ward's got a different kind of pressure.
He's got internal pressure for the organization. You know, there's a lot of newness there. So it's not like he doesn't have pressure. It's just not as nationally known.
As we know by now, we're almost 24 hours removed from Russell Westbrook calling it a career. But Russ chose to retire on his terms over offers from the Sacramento Kings and Washington Wizards. We'll talk about that when we come back. Plus, Victor Oladipo said he and the Kings have mutual interest, and this idea of Victor Oladipo in Sacramento is growing on me by the day. We'll discuss that to start the second hour of the show. It's Matt and Kayla on Sactown Sports.
Follow Sactown Sports 1140 on Instagram and X at Sactown 1140 to see the best moments from all your favorite shows and up-to-the-minute live reactions and updates on the Kings, 49ers, and more. That's at Sactown 1140 on Instagram and X. Your local sports leader, Sactown Sports 1140.
Here's the deal. The government is over $38 trillion in debt, which means the IRS isn't slowing down. And the tax code is complex and unforgiving. So it's not surprising if you're one of the millions of Americans that owe back taxes to the IRS. Unfortunately, they're the world's most powerful collection agency, with the ability to garnish your wages, seize your bank accounts, and even take your home or business. But don't be stressed or worried any longer. We're Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm. We have resolved over $3 billion in tax debt for our clients. Our award-winning professionals deal with the IRS every single day, protecting our clients and preparing them for the best possible resolution. For tax help you need, for tax help you can trust, give Optima a call today.
Call 800-375-2322. 800-375-2322. 800-375-2322.
Optima Tax Relief. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Sacramento's best selection, best quality, and lowest prices on kitchen and bath products are at the new Anova Cabinet and Stone. For a limited time, get stunning new quartz countertops starting at just $159. That's right, only $159 for gorgeous quartz countertops. Listen to this. For a limited time, cabinets for kitchens and bathrooms are up to 50% off. Yes, up to 50% off new cabinets. It's a must-see. The new Anova Cabinet and Stone at Florin Road and Highway 99. Learn more at AnovaCabinetStone.com.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, and Woodland. Chad, tell the listeners what's going on for the Make This the Summer Sales event.
Hoblet continues to be the place to find the best prices on the hard-to-find heavy-duty Ram you need. Right now, save up to $14,000 off MSRP on the new 2026 Ram 2500 Crew Cabs. And it's not just the savings. Right now, you also get Ram's 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty.
Wow, it seems like every time you do this, you manage to find a new way to sweeten the deal.
That's the difference between the big city auto mall guys and the small town family-owned experience at Hoblet. When you come to Hoblet, you experience what 77 years of family-owned award-winning customer service looks like.
Search, select, and save through their whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
14,000 total net savings on select new 2026 Ram 2500 Crew Cabs after dealer discount and factory incentives. Incentives may include 1,000 Hoblet business owner bonus cash for eligible business owners, 1,000 Hoblet trade-in assistance for eligible trade, and 500 upfit, military, or first responder bonus cash for eligible members. Incentives may not be combined with any other offers or special APR programs. Excludes tax, title, and license fees. Two with this net savings, the number 227-321 and 227-315. See dealer for details.
Sleep Number's new collections are designed to adapt to the changing nature of your life and your sleep needs. Whether it's the personalized comfort of the new Comfort Mode mattress, the targeted pressure relief of the Comfort Next mattress, or the Climate Collection that actively cools or warms to help you fall asleep and stay asleep.
And now, get early access to our biggest sale of the year. Save 25% on the new Comfort Next Luxe for a limited time. Only at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight illnesses like pneumococcal pneumonia and RSV. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and can help protect you from getting really sick. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. See more at PfizerForAll.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
KHD HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
Sactown Sports 1140, your local sports leader. It's Matt George and Kayla Anderson on Sactown Sports 1140.
I don't know about you, Kayla, but so much of my Twitter algorithm over the last 24 hours has just been remember this Russell Westbrook game? Remember this? Remember when he did this?
Yep.
It was funny. Someone cut Russ's final bucket. His final NBA
I saw that.
bucket.
I retweeted it,
It was in Sacramento, and it was a tough layup through contact. I was like, well, the only thing more Russell Westbrook would have been like him putting someone on a poster, but an aggressive drive with physicality, taking the bump and finishing at the rim, that's Russell Westbrook's game to a T. People are just reminding themselves of his 57, 13, and 11 game versus the Magic, his 51, 13, and 10 game versus the Suns, 50, 16, and 10 versus the Nuggets, 49, 15, and 10 versus the 76ers. Of course, his famous 20, 20, 21 game His 14-point, 21 rebound, 24 assist game in May of 2021 versus the Pacers. I mean, this dude just had some of the most crazy games and unbelievable stat lines. And it's been fun to reminisce over the 18-year career of the absolute icon that is Russell Westbrook. And we talked about this yesterday. Regardless of how his final season in Sacramento went, and how, like, let's be honest, we've talked about this. It's one of the worst seasons in Sacramento history, like in terms of wins, losses, and frustration and losing. And yet, I heard Sam Amick talking about this morning with Carmichael Dave. It was almost brilliant by Russell Westbrook to end his career in his place on a bad team where he could kind of be Russell Westbrook again and not be the Russell Westbrook that he was in Denver for a team with championship aspirations. Right? It was kind of smart of him. Now, some people are going to use that as an insult. Oh, Russell Westbrook had to go to a team and play meaningless basketball so that he could put up his empty stats again. That's not at all what I'm saying. We got treated to a lot in Sacramento of vintage Russell Westbrook with how he played, the energy that he played with, some of the moments that he gave us, including moments with the media. Right?
Oh, yeah. Like, that's part of who Russell Westbrook is. And if you caught you by surprise by any means, and you don't know who Russell Westbrook is.
He's made a career out of having moments, back and forth moments with the media, and I certainly got to experience that in my own right. But separating that situation from who Russell Westbrook is as a competitor, it's not hard to do. And then we learned, this information started coming out towards the very end of our show, so we didn't get the chance to react to this yesterday. But according to reports, and I think it was Anthony Slater of ESPN, one of the first ones to put this out there. I know Shams talked about it too. Russell Westbrook had offers on the table from the Washington Wizards and from the Sacramento Kings.
Right.
So if Russ wanted to play another season, he absolutely could have. The Washington Wizards are a team that they're expected to be fighting for a playoff spot in the Eastern Conference. I don't think we'd elevate them into anywhere close to a championship conversation. But the Wizards should be a playoff team with Trae Young, with Anthony Davis, with, of course, AJ DeBonzo they just drafted. So Russ could have had an opportunity to play far more meaningful basketball in D.C. than he was playing in Sacramento. But he probably would have had a six-man, at best, condensed backup role. In Sacramento, he would have been playing for what's likely going to be another bad basketball team. He'd get to stay in California, which we knew was important to him. But he'd also play a backup, at best, sixth-man mentor role for Darius Acuff Jr. And we've gone back and forth about this. Absolutely, I think Acuff would have been a phenomenal mentor. Westbrook would have been a phenomenal mentor for Darius Acuff Jr. You've laid out wonderfully, like everything that you would love Acuff to learn from a guy like Russell Westbrook. But I've been consistent with the fact that I always felt that the role that the Kings would need or want Russell Westbrook to play was always beneath him. And the fact that he chose to retire on his own terms versus take that role just to stay in the NBA one more year, I give Russ a ton of credit for that. And it's not selfish, like I wasn't going to get the ball as much as I want, or I wasn't going to get to play as much as I want. It's a recognition of who I am versus who the Sacramento Kings would need me to be is just not consistent. I admire that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what the true meaning behind this retirement at this point is. We don't know that yet. The video that was done beautifully and narrated by Michael B. Jordan, one of my favorite actors, by the way, did not really say the reason why Russell Westbrook is retiring, right? It kind of just left us guessing, which is what Westbrook loves to do.
Yep.
That is on point for being Westbrook.
Say a word.
He didn't. And he didn't even leave the possibilities of, being the words mentor in the future were in there. The word, if you go back and listen, Michael B. Jordan used, maybe you'll be a mentor of some sort. Like he kind of gave a little bit of breadcrumbs on to what
What's
maybe
next?
Westbrook will do. I have no damn idea. Now, is part of it because he knew he probably couldn't play the role he wanted to play, like you're saying? Absolutely. And he probably wasn't going to play that role in Washington. Now, there's always opportunities that injuries happen and, you would maybe play more of a starting role sometime in the season. But I give him respect for what I think is probably too many athletes not being able to call it quits when they really need to. I think there's so many athletes that I admire their competitive drive, but at some point, I think they go a little too long.
Yeah.
Right? And so for Westbrook, I think it's perfect timing, whether it be because he wasn't going to be a starter, he couldn't play the role he wanted to play anymore in the NBA, or if it was just for the sheer fact that he felt like his time was over. He did it. He did it gracefully, and I respect that because I can't even imagine how hard it is to be an athlete and to hang it up.
I think what it was is a very honest moment of self-reflection.
Yeah.
And it's funny. One of the first things Russell Westbrook asked me when when we had our back and forth with the media is, "Do you know me?" And I said, I know who you are, Russ. And he goes, "No, do you know me?" I said, "Well, no, I don't know you personally."
Not a lot of people do.
So I'm not assuming to know Russell Westbrook at all when I say this. I'm just putting the pieces together after watching closely the 18-year career of easily one of the most dominant guards we will ever see. The king of the triple-double. So this is all based off of this. Russell Westbrook proved last season that he's got a lot in the tank. Like, would we have been surprised if Russell Westbrook...
And he's been healthy.
Right.
Would
we have been surprised if Russell Westbrook played another year?
No.
I wouldn't have been at all. But I think what Russell Westbrook was faced with is, I can still put up numbers. I can still put on a show. I can still be me on the basketball court if I'm allowed to be me. And the Kings allowed Russ to be himself because one other choice that they have. They sucked. But they all, he stole, and rightfully so, stole that starting spot from Dennis Schroeder. Dennis Schroeder didn't hold a candle at any point to what Russell Westbrook did this year. Not at any freaking point. And Schroeder was paid tens of millions of dollars more than Russ was being paid on a league minimum deal. Russ earned every opportunity that he got in Sacramento. And yes, which is one of the reasons why I think I got in trouble with Russ, I was frustrated that we got to a point in the season where the Kings weren't going anywhere and Russ was still taking a lot of shots when I wanted to see some of the young players taking those shots and opportunities like that. What I was talking about is having Russ not being Russ so that other players could get opportunities. And what I really admire, Kayla, is that Scott Perry, we don't know for certain what the offer was from the Sacramento Kings. But from Scott Perry's language in press conferences to Russell Westbrook ultimately making this decision, I think we can connect the dots that Scott was honest with Russell Westbrook about what they would need him to do.
Yeah.
And Russ was honest right back about how interested or uninterested he is in that role. I have so much respect for that.
So that then makes me think about something. Because it makes sense now. When Scott Perry was first talking after the season and he was asked about Russell Westbrook. Now, this is not me knowing any insider. This is just general belief of me thinking this is what happened and how the timeline went. He was asked about Russell Westbrook. He had glowing reviews, and he even said he's more than welcome to come back. He said something along the lines of exactly that, okay? Then we fast forward to after the NBA Combine and after the draft, and I think he was asked again about Westbrook.
Yep.
And this time, he said that he thinks that he has played his way out of a minimum contract. Yep. I think they had already went to Westbrook
1,000%
and said, we'd love to have you back. And I think Westbrook said, I'm going to go check to see what else is out there, because that's then why Scott said he thinks at least he's maybe going to get money somewhere else, right?
I think you're spot on.
And then this is what happened. I think Russ took his time. He really did weigh the pros and cons, and then he decided at this point to retire. I think that's exactly how it happened.
I think you're spot on. The only thing that didn't make sense about the entire Russell Westbrook thing this summer, the only thing that didn't make sense was that Jake Fisher report that the Kings don't want Russell Westbrook back. That was the only thing that didn't make sense.
I don't get that either.
And I don't think it's a coincidence that a couple weeks later, then
there was the other report.
The report then came out that the Kings are in fact open to having him back.
But then there were those weird reports out there that were trying to also buck some of these other places.
That had nothing to do with the Kings.
No, I know it
didn't.
didn't.
With just ridiculous,
But that was weird.
Pettiness as to explanations for why, like the Miami Heat, after striking out on LeBron, maybe wouldn't go and get Russell Westbrook. It just. Russ is a unbelievably polarizing player. You either like him or you don't.
You heard though the morning show interview with why am I blanking on his name? Mark Jones. And he said, I've never really met a teammate or anything that's ever like disliked Russell Westbrook. Mm-hmm. And you know how plugged in Mark Jones is.
Yeah. I've met many media members and I've met a few assistant coaches that don't like him.
Well, sure.
And I'll be completely transparent. I won't say who. I've met coaches who are not fans of Russell Westbrook because of who Russell Westbrook is. But who Russell Westbrook is also what made the greatest, most dominant point guard of all, or one of the most dominant guards of all time. So you're never going to be everybody's cup of tea.
No. Especially if you're outward like that.
There's elements of what was said anonymously about Russell Westbrook. One was by a coach who is close to Eric Spoelstra, and one was by an anonymous NBA scout. Mm-hmm. And there were elements of what they said, and I'm paraphrasing because I don't remember verbatim, elements of what they were saying that are accurate when describing who Russell Westbrook is as his core as a player, but it was always presented in a way of which Russell Westbrook was a liability. Mm-hmm. That's what I completely disagreed with. And especially it being presented anonymously I understand why.
Hiding behind a mask.
But it's cowardly.
It is.
I know this. I know this for a fact that around the league, there are a number of people that have not, especially at the latter part of Russ's career, there are people that don't believe that Russell Westbrook could adapt his game to win the ring that eluded him. Mm. My point is, there aren't too many teams, realistically, who could expect Russ to adapt his game for them.
Yeah.
If Russ is going to go down as one of the greatest players of all time to never win a ring, and he joins a lot of great names,
it's still hard
fraternity.
To hear that sentence. And understand that that's a real thing.
And will that frustrate Russell Westbrook? Probably, maybe. I don't know. He got damn close to the Oklahoma City Thunder, but ultimately didn't get it done. That doesn't define Russell Westbrook to me. The numbers that he put up, the dominance that he played with, the longevity, the fact that Russell Westbrook, as an athletic, physical freak of a guard, played for 18 years when guys like John Wall and Derrick Rose and even John Morant to some extent quickly deteriorated. That in itself is admirable. Mm-hmm. I just don't believe that you were ever going to change Russell Westbrook. And I truly believe that nobody ever wanted Russell Westbrook to change because he wouldn't have been Russell Westbrook anymore. I don't think Russell Westbrook needed it to change. I don't think Russell Westbrook was motivated the same way Kevin Durant was motivated. Yeah. Like Russell Westbrook, I don't think would have left the Oklahoma City Thunder to join the Golden State Warriors in order to secure a ring. That's not how Russ was wired. It's very me against the world, Russ.
I love that kind of mentality. Like, and it's what gets certain. We're not all the same people. Not all of us get struck with the same luck.
Right.
Like I come across in this business, and I'm saying this because sports are very similar in terms of teams and athletes. They're not similar in the talent of the physical matter, but they are in terms of what they go through. And there's luck involved, right? There's luck involved in everything. But some people aren't dealt all the luck cards
100%.
in life. And so some of us have to develop a chip on our shoulder, a driving force within ourselves to keep ourselves going because no one's doing it for us.
Yeah, read Russ's
story. And that's what Russell Westbrook embodies. And we should, whether you like him or not, or he annoys you or not, at least appreciate that part of his career.
He's polarizing. He's polarizing because he didn't take, you know what? He wasn't afraid to dish it out. The chip on his shoulder that he played with, does it rub people the wrong way? Sure. Was it fun to have a back and forth with Russ like I did? No, it wasn't fun. And I still, to this day, don't know specifically what he heard or what he read that caused that reaction. I don't even know if that exists, if I'm being completely honest with you. I think that was a frustrated player who was trying to stand up for his teammates after they had lost their 50th game of the season during an incredibly frustrating time. But you know the Russell Westbrook that I will remember and the Russell Westbrook that I'll tell people about? This is the epitome of my experience of covering Russell Westbrook for one season in the NBA. Two things come to mind. One, the first time he hit a three and slapped himself in the forehead.
Yeah.
Which was a lot of fun. The other thing is the next game after that incident, Russell Westbrook doesn't speak before the game starts.
Sure.
He's very intentional
like in the locker room when you guys have time to go in.
And to be completely honest, this is the Russell Westbrook side that rubs you the wrong way. Russ will ignore you.
Mm-hmm.
If you're beneath Russ, Russ will let you know you're beneath him by how he treated you. Sometimes people didn't like that, but that's just who Russell Westbrook was. I approached Russell Westbrook in the locker room the next game.
Right.
After he said what he said and going after me. And he was very respectful and took the time to say, hey, let's talk after the game. But he spent at least a couple minutes with me and we kind of went back and forth a little bit before the game started. Hey, let's talk after the game. I wait for him outside the locker room after the game. He goes, speaks to some family members, sees me, comes right over to me, shakes my hand, puts his hand on my shoulder. We talk very briefly. Still didn't get the opportunity to talk about what specifically he saw because, again, I don't know if there really was anything specific.
There might not have been.
I don't know. But he took the time at that moment to meet me halfway. This was not, I'm better than you, Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook didn't come to me to be intimidating. Russell Westbrook didn't come to me as an NBA star who was blessing me with his time.
Sure.
Russ came right up to me, again, shook my hand, put his hand on my shoulder, talked to me very briefly. Everything was good.
Yep.
He expressed very briefly appreciation for me talking to him. I gave that appreciation right back. We move forward. That is my experience of covering Russell Westbrook. And then getting to watch, I got to watch Russell Westbrook in person on a nightly basis.
Absolutely.
Which is rad. Like there's something so special to the fact that he ended his career in Sacramento. It's going to be like a trivia question 30 years from now. What team did Russell Westbrook play his final season in? Sacramento.
Isn't it the whole thing with LeBron? Like when did LeBron, that whole little thing that goes on, was this played his first game or whatever?
Oh, in Sacramento too?
Yeah, it's like the same kind of stuff,
Very much so. Very much so. It's like
I've always loved him. And maybe it's because the Sonics technically drafted him. Mm-hmm. Like maybe it's that tie or whatever. I've always liked his, showing up to pressers in his crazy outfits, but he can pull them off.
Yeah.
Or the chip on his shoulder because I can relate. Because I drive my own self through what I've gone through. Yep. So whatever it might be about Russ that I appreciate, when he came here, I will not lie, I was super excited. I was like, you're kidding me. Westbrook is going to play in Sacramento? Like, that was pretty cool to just have a year of talking about whether it was good or bad or, back and forth. It was fun.
Listen, last season sucked. The most memorable moments from last season, the vast majority of them are Russell Westbrook.
Yeah, that's true.
We're being honest.
It's very true.
Like, there's some Dylan Cardwell moments in there that we love. Is there anything else?
Well, I mean, Max has had his moments. I think Max he had some fun moments out there.
There's definitely like good Max games, but I'm trying to remember like moments that jump into my head.
He jawed a little. He started to, kind of stick up for his guys a little towards the end, which you probably learned that from Russ.
I'm sure Russ helped with that.
Pretty sure.
There wasn't a lot.
There wasn't a lot. Yeah,
Dennis
Westbrook
Schroeder
had
to
probably the
fight
best
Steph,
moments.
or trying to
That's
fight
true.
Luka.
But we didn't get to see that.
No, we still need
send
it.
us the footage if you have it.
Someone has it.
Someone's got to have it. And the league's probably paying a lot of money for it to not get out.
Yeah. But I admire, truly, I admire the hell out of Russell Westbrook being honest with that decision and walking away from something that we know he loves because he knows himself, rather than sticking it out for one more year in a role that just didn't suit him.
Isn't him, yeah.
And I think he, like, genuinely, the tone of this, if you were to write it down, would be interpreted as negative. I don't mean this is negative at all. I think Russell Westbrook did the Kings a favor.
Yeah.
Because if Russ had taken this job, if Russ had come to Sacramento, I think it would have been really difficult for Russell Westbrook. I don't think it would have been difficult for him to mentor Acuff at all. I think he'd been a great mentor. What would have been difficult is for Russell Westbrook to be anything other than himself. And I think not that Russ would have been a problem for Doug at all. I think it would have been difficult for Doug to figure out how to manage that with his rotations.
For sure.
I think Russ did the Kings a favor by making this right decision. And Russ gave the Kings a lot of fun moments and memories over last season as well. Certainly helped guys like Maxime Reynaud, that's for sure.
I respect the way he went out, man.
Yeah.
I do.
We ran out of time here in this segment. We will get to Victor Oladipo talking about the mutual interest between himself and the Sacramento Kings. According to James Ham, he had a private workout with the Kings in Sacramento, apparently.
Mark Jones said some good stuff about that, too, that
did
I
he?
found was interesting this morning.
I missed that.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we'll get to that next. Plus, we have to talk about the hypocrisy in the NBA. It's just laughable. And it was pointed out by a moment, actually, in Hard Knocks. We'll talk about that when we come back. It's Matt and Kayla on Sactown Sports.
SactownSports.com is your online home for sports in Sacramento. Dive deep into the Kings, 49ers, Raiders, Giants, Athletics, and more with your favorite local personalities and some of the most trusted sports voices in the community. Stream Sactown Sports 1140. Watch original video content and read in-depth analysis all in one location. SactownSports.com. Your local sports leader. Sactown Sports 1140.
Hi, I'm Justin Gingery from the law firm of Gingery, Hammer, and Associates. When you have been injured by the fault of another, you will want advice you can trust. If you know an attorney you can trust, I hope you call that person. But if you don't, please call me. I promise I will be the attorney you can trust. Along with my partner and associates, I have been helping accident survivors recover for their injuries for over 25 years. And we can help you. There's no charge for calling. So please call us today.
When you get an injury, just call Gingery.
At Big O, we offer total auto care to make any car problem feel like no problem at all. We keep the scary lights off and help you get back on the road. Now through August 31st, during our High Temps Low Prices sales event, receive $80 to $120 in instant savings on 4 select in-stock Nexen, Nitto, or Sumitomo tires with installation purchase. Big O Tires, the team you trust. Installation required. Disposal fees and shop fees extra were permitted. See store for pricing. Eligibility may vary. Not valid with other offers.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave, and yeah, I've been on the air here just shy of 25 years, and you guys know that when I endorse something, I have a few very important things. Number one, I love it when they're local. Number two, I have to be willing to use them myself. This is where Pest Pros came in, or comes in, I should say, because I've known these guys as Kings fans a long, long time. I also have a mouse problem at my house. I also have a cockroach problem at my house. And I did it the old-fashioned way. Went through Facebook, got a hold of these guys. We became friends. And when I found out what Pest Pros does in the community, I thought, I've got to have you guys on the air. We've got a partner. Locally owned, locally operated. Their kids go to school with your kids. You're going to get pest control somewhere. Get it with Pest Pros. Here's how you get a hold of them. PestProsPS.com or call them at 916-588-9345. That's 916-588-9345 and tell them Carmichael Dave sent you.
The summer Silverado sell down. How does that sound? When you hear the details, it might sound even better. At Folsom Chevy, they're making it easy to get you into a new Silverado half-ton truck, and they know about trucks there. Folsom Chevy is truck country, and Chevy is the heartbeat of America. General Manager Eric Wilson and his team have put together a great deal that makes a lot of sense. They're offering $13,000 off MSRP on every Silverado 2026 half-ton in stock with the 5.3-liter engine. And there's more. 0% financing for 5 years. And there's more. No payments for 90 days. Not to mention the lifetime warranty. It's worth a look at Folsom Chevy at the Folsom Auto Mall off Highway 50 between the Hazel and Folsom exits. Or go to folsomchevy.com. From the mountains to the levee, think Folsom Chevy. Together, let's drive. Must finance with GM on approved credit. $16.67 per 1,000 financed. Cannot be combined with other offers. Ends August 30th, 2026.
The IRS finally caught up with Louie.
I hadn't paid my taxes in 8 years. I owed the IRS a lot of money.
Louie was in deep trouble.
We're going to take your house, put a lien on your bank account, garnish your pay. They don't care. They're going to take your paycheck.
Louie found out about Optima Tax Relief, the leading tax resolution firm. A-plus rated by the Better Business Bureau, they've resolved over $3 billion for their clients.
Optima Tax, they help me. They calm me down. They make me feel comfortable, and I trust them.
Louie has a lot to be thankful for.
I don't owe the IRS anymore, and I'm able to live a comfortable life, a lot better life. It was because of Optima Tax.
For tax help you can trust, call Optima now for a free consultation. Take it from Louie.
If you owe the IRS, don't go it alone. Give Optima Tax a call. They can help you.
Call 800-375-2322. 800-375-2322. 800-375-2322.
Optima Tax Relief. Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Matt and Kayla on Sactown Sports 1140.
Kayla, the optics around the NBA in general are just off, to say the least. And this, like the last 12 to, let's call it 15 months for the NBA, that's more 12 months, have just been blunder after blunder, issue after issue that just in general puts a dark cloud, I think, over the visuals of the NBA.
Let me stop you real quick.
Yes.
By the way, he's on a very NBA pessimistic kick this week, I should add.
Plenty to talk about.
Before you finish that's just what it's been in the last 5 months or so.
Uh-huh.
We have to give credit, because we even said this on this show.
Yep.
We have to give credit for momentum that was caught by the NBA with the postseason.
Yes.
Into the NBA draft.
Yes.
That was carried for at least a couple months, where I believe there was a lot of positive momentum.
Because it was about basketball.
Very true.
Right.
But we can't say that it was all negative.
Right.
And hogwash around, what's that soap opera called? As the world turns.
Oh.
As the NBA turns.
Well.
But it is back to that
You're
for
right.
the most part.
You are right. When we could just focus about basketball during the playoffs and the draft just after that, yeah, it was positive. It was good. But unfortunately, much of the attention of the NBA is away from basketball. Now, guys like Kevin Durant are true and accurate when they've said things along the lines of, do basketball fans even like basketball? Because NBA fans have a tendency to complain about a lot of stuff. And that's not what I'm trying to do here. I'm not trying to complain about anything. Just trying to point out overall just the year that the NBA has had, from the scandal in Portland with Chauncey Billups involved in an illegal poker game to which is being FBI investigated. He was arrested for.
It's still under investigation.
Of course, everything with the Clippers. And on the year that the All-Star game was at the Intuit Dome, the home of the LA
Which is very
Clippers,
beautiful.
Right? Exactly. But what I want to focus on here is something that the NBA's made a change, and there's a lot of it I actually kind of like. I'm talking about draft lottery reform.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, I haven't seen this episode yet, but Spurs general manager Brian Wright was on Hard Knocks. Why are the Spurs and Seattle Seahawks coming together? I don't know.
Because their mascots start with an S?
Sure. Seattle's kind of close to San
I have
Antonio,
no
right?
idea.
No,
It's
it's not
very
at all.
weird.
It's different corners of the country. I don't know. I don't know. But Brian Wright was on Hard Knocks and apparently revealed that the team CEO, when he first saw Victor Wembanyama at 16 years old, like he was blown away.
Mm-hmm.
Then people took that clip and have started to kind of connect the dots. And okay, so they notice that they discover this 16-year-old Victor Wembanyama. And from that point on, you can see a shift in the direction of the entire organization. In 2020, they discovered Wemby. In 2021, they let DeMar DeRozan walk. They didn't give him a sign-and trade to the Chicago Bulls after he averaged almost 22 points a game. This was still very prime DeMar. After that, in 2022, they trade DeJounte Murray to the Atlanta Hawks, and they trade Derek White to the Boston Celtics. Derek White, one of the best players of that Celtics championship team, one of the most important players. They went 22-60 the following season, putting themselves with a 14% chance to get Victor Wembanyama in the lottery. And they get lucky. Woohoo! They get Victor Wembanyama. Okay, we know this. We know this story. But what does this illustrate? This illustrated that the Spurs saw Wemby and blatantly tanked for years in order to try to secure him, which they did. It was a success. It worked for them. Congratulations, San Antonio Spurs. But the hypocrisy of the NBA is on full display because we're coming off of a year that multiple teams recognized the path that the Spurs took, and the Pistons took, and the Sixers took, and the Thunder took. We're talking about four of the best teams in the NBA. They took those paths, and it worked. So you have other teams like the Memphis Grizzlies, like the Washington Wizards. I know the Indiana Pacers kind of stumbled into it because of injuries, so you can take them out. The Utah Jazz to some extent. The Sacramento Kings, the Brooklyn Nets. These teams that are trying to follow the model that you allowed these other teams to follow for years. That worked.
Mm-hmm.
And now suddenly you want to change everything. I like the changes. I like a lot of the changes to the draft lottery system. I think they're kind of cool. They're different. They're interesting. I enjoy the fact that I can just root for Kings wins next season and not have to worry about intentionally losing games and stuff like that. I'm excited about that element of it. It just speaks to a continued image of hypocrisy on the National Basketball Association that they make these, you talk about knee-jerk reactions, they make these absurd, extreme changes when the bottom line is being affected. It's crazy to me. And it's a shame because the model is completely changing, but it's changing after teams tried to do what you showed and you allowed as the path to rebuild properly. Just interesting. Add it to the list for the NBA. It's not nearly as bad as some of the scandals they have going on. It's just interesting to me. It's just funny that even a football preseason show like Hard Knocks is illustrating the hypocrisy and illustrating that point.
Yeah. I don't know what else to say to that one, Matt. You've been on one with this week for the NBA. I'll tell you that much.
They're stumbling over their own feet.
I'm actually more interested in talking about this situation with why am I blanking on this right now? Where did it go in our rundown? Oladipo, because he was on a podcast, the Yahoo podcast, with my good friend Caroline Fenton and Jason Fitz. And I didn't even know about this until I heard it on Carmichael Dave this morning.
Yeah, here is, I'm going to play it for you right now. Victor Oladipo was asked about his reported workout with the Sacramento Kings. I believe James Ham was the first one to put it out, unless I missed something. But they asked Oladipo about that workout and the interest, and here's what Victor had to say.
Victor, anything, I mean, come on, your name being linked to the Kings, any accuracy to those reports?
Yeah, I mean, they've shown some interest, so, time will tell as things are shaping in the NBA and things are getting closer to training camp. But, yeah, I think there's some interest there, and the feeling is mutual, so we'll see how it turns out.
I think purple would look nice on you. It's a good color.
Thank you.
Let me just say.
My girl Caroline, she's all about it. Here's the thing. If you want a mentor still in some sort of way and you want that to be the only, I'm not saying the only thing, like he'd have to play. He'd have to be a backup point guard, right? But if you want that mentor type of role, like I think he'd be a good guy to have in the facility, on your roster. Like I like Oladipo. Like I think he's a respectful guy. He's obviously trying to work on a comeback here, just like Ben Simmons is.
Yep.
But Mark Jones on Dave's show this morning was pretty much like, hey, I was working out with him the other day. Like he is in really good shape. He's not going to be physically like what the old Victor Oladipo was. But
Prime Oladipo, yeah.
Right. But I mean, he's 33 years old. He's put the work in though to contribute to a team. And Mark was just like, I think he'd be great to have within the organization and for some of these young guys.
See, I think the Kings are in a perfect position to take a flyer on a player like a Victor Oladipo or a Ben Simmons for that matter because of the situation that they're in and time being on their side. That being said, they're just coming off of a season I understand fan sensitivity to. The Kings are just coming off of a season where they had too many veterans on the roster that kind of got in the way. If the Kings feel strongly that they do not have that backup point guard here, that Malik Monk cannot handle that, which I fundamentally disagree with if that's the case, because I think Malik Monk would be fine in that role, then yes, taking a flyer on a veteran who's trying to work his way back in, who can also, at the very least, share their expertise and their experience with a Darius Acuff Jr. Do I think Victor Oladipo could teach Acuff a thing or two about what it is to be in the NBA and go through the trials and tribulations of the NBA? 100%, I think he could. Would he be a perfect mentor in my mind? No, I still think Domantas Sabonis would be more important for Darius Acuff Jr.
It's okay, too, to have different types of mentors for different types of things,
sure.
You know?
I love the idea of giving Victor Oladipo a shot. What I'm confused about is Victor Oladipo's not a point guard. Oladipo hasn't been a point guard in his career. He can handle the basketball just like Malik Monk can.
Right.
But Victor Oladipo, you're more confident in as a backup point guard when he's been out of the league for years than Malik Monk, who's shown he can play that role at a six-man-a-year level.
I don't know if it's really having to identify the position necessarily just to bring him in. I think it's more for Oladipo like, hey, we're bringing him in. If anything, we'll have him do a workout. Yep. If we feel like he's a fit, at least he's there for some depth. Even if they decide not to bring him out as a backup because they're more comfortable with Malik, he's still there. Yeah. Maybe he's valuable for a depth piece if he can prove that, by the way. I'm not just saying he's given a free, here, let's sign him without a workout or anything like that. But the whole thing with him is that it's the Scott Perry connection. Mm-hmm. Scott Perry was responsible for some of the drafting of Oladipo when he was in Orlando.
Well, he was involved with it. He was general manager.
He was not the guy, general manager, but he was involved with it. And we all know Scott's connections. Right. When he has connections, they usually mean something. I'm not saying that they're going to sign him, but there are connections there.
Do you guys think that they're looking for a mentor for Acuff? Do you think that's exactly what they're doing?
Yeah, I think so.
And there's one roster spot left, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
One full roster spot, and then they do have a two-way spot, I believe.
Yep.
And that's why I think Russell Westbrook would have been perfect.
That's what I always was saying.
For Acuff.
Which is what I think the Kings, that's why the offer was on the table for Russ if he wanted to come back. But going back to the conversation we had earlier in the hour, is that role beneath Russ? Yeah. I think absolutely it is. It's not beneath Victor Oladipo necessarily, but I think the Kings were very transparent with Russell Westbrook and what it would be. And I imagine they're just as transparent with Victor Oladipo about what it would be here. The difference is Westbrook's been in the league for as long as he has. Oladipo's trying to get back into the league. So I think the Sacramento Kings can get away with letting it be known, Victor, you're coming in here and we're going to give you a shot and you're going to be on an NBA team again. I just don't I hope that the Sacramento Kings would not bring Oladipo in with the belief that they're going to thrust him right away.
No.
Into not any kind of starting role or anything like that, but into the rotation. Because if you were to ask me, Matt, who do you want to play? Victor Oladipo or Malik Monk? It's Malik Monk.
Yeah.
Who do you want to play? Neat Clifford or Victor Oladipo? It's Neat Clifford.
But it is okay for Scott to go and try to dabble and find a guy that might be worthy of that last roster spot that can be a guy that maybe he does have to prove himself, or maybe he's not going to be the first one off the bench. But I do still think they're looking for another type of veteran who can, teach some things or be there as not a sole mentor for Darius, but one of them.
Yeah, I just don't see anything to lose with bringing a Victor Oladipo in. It's the same thing I feel about Ben Simmons. I would prefer Ben Simmons over Victor Oladipo because of what Ben Simmons does defensively. Mm-hmm. I don't think Ben Simmons is on Sacramento's radar at all. But we know Victor Oladipo is.
Yeah, I don't think the Kings want Ben Simmons.
It doesn't seem like it. We'll take the break. When we come back, it's time to pick a side, including more moves by ESPN and an open practice at Colorado. We'll talk about it next on Sactown Sports.
Football is back.
This is Sactown, baby!
And Sactown Sports 1140 is your home for primetime NFL games this season.
This is Kevin Harlan of Westwood One. Catch all the NFL primetime action.
Catch Monday, Thursday, and Sunday night football, international games, the NFL playoffs, and the Super Bowl right here on Sactown Sports all season long. Your local sports leader, Sactown Sports 1140.
Capital Casino is conveniently located in downtown, 411 16th Street, and has been a part of the greater Sacramento area for over 20 years. They offer the best variety of games in the region in a safe and friendly environment, and there's plenty of parking, all well lit and monitored by security. Come have a great meal at the cafe and restaurant inside. Capital Casino has the best food, the best service, and the best action. But please always remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
With 25 award-winning years in Northern California, Ashton & Price is your local injury law firm. Pro attorney tip: if a firm presents as local but they're in L.A., red flag. If your first consultation is not with a lawyer, big red flag. At Ashton & Price, your first consult is with a local attorney, and if serious injury prevents travel, a lawyer will come to you. Still not enough? George Washington's my uncle. At Ashton & Price, no red flags, just red, white, and blue.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
Here's the deal. The government is over $38 trillion in debt, which means the IRS isn't slowing down. And the tax code is complex and unforgiving. So it's not surprising if you're one of the millions of Americans that owe back taxes to the IRS. Unfortunately, they're the world's most powerful collection agency, with the ability to garnish your wages, seize your bank accounts, and even take your home or business. But don't be stressed or worried any longer. We're Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm. We have resolved over $3 billion in tax debt for our clients. Our award-winning professionals deal with the IRS every single day, protecting our clients and preparing them for the best possible resolution. For tax help you need, for tax help you can trust, give Optima a call today.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Country in the Park 2, presented by your California Army National Guard, October 23rd at Hart Health Park at Cal Expo with Bailey Zimmerman, Russell Dickerson. Plus more. Enjoy line dancing, live DJs, mechanical bull, and food trucks. Tickets start at just $70. Country in the Park 2, October 23rd at Hart Health Park at Cal Expo with Sky River Casino and Joel Gott Wines. More info at CITPFest.com.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-583-6681. That's 800-583-6681.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Want the best movie experience in town? Join Sactown Sports IMAX Pass by visiting SactownSports.com. Sign up today. You can win tickets to see this week's films at the Esquire IMAX Theater.
Pick a side, any side. It's time for Pick a Side on Matt and Kayla.
Yes, indeed. It is time to pick a side. Lots of topics to get to today. And we begin, Kayla, with more moves at ESPN. Damian Woody was let go by ESPN, announced yesterday. Yet today he was on set on Get Up. Does this look bad for the network?
Yes, it does. Not only was it was announced or it got put out before ESPN did, but ESPN has been really mum on like all these layoffs and all of these not renewing of contracts, but they've all been reported. Mm-hmm. So a way a business works, at least the way I've seen it work, because I've been laid off, is there is internal conversations that are had. And yes, it gets out that you are no longer with the company, but then the people aren't going on air anymore. Mm-hmm. ESPN has had it all backwards. It all gets out that these people are either not renewed or laid off, and they're all on air the next day. So Damian Woody was on the air, and there was times it was actually awkward because Steve Smith was next to him this morning. Steve Smith has been maintained by ESPN because he's coming over from the NFL Network, which does kind of have a direct effect with guys like Damian Woody because his salary has to offset something.
Absolutely.
And then also Carl Ravitch, who was also said that he was no longer with the network, was on a broadcast 3 weeks ago on Sunday Night Baseball. So I think it's an awful look for ESPN. If it is let out that these are actual things that have happened, which they are, you don't then allow, or it just looks weird for those people and it's awkward for them to be on air. You can still pay them without them being on air.
I'm assuming this doesn't change your mind to your overall point. Yahoo Sports reported that Woody will remain on air through the end of the month by his choice.
Yeah,
so he's choosing to remain. You're saying it's on the company to say as soon as you're gone, you're gone. You don't have to finish it.
Because it makes for this type of conversation. Because not people see it, and even though you said he chooses to remain on air, it's still a very weird situation that usually in TV and radio specifically, it's kind of just an unwritten rule that if you part ways, you part ways.
Yeah,
like they're paying you until your contract expires, but you're not on air.
Yeah.
So I think it's weird.
I think it would be I agree with you, it's weird. I think it would be a very bad look if ESPN was telling him to finish out the month.
Right.
The fact that he's choosing to softens it a little bit for me, but the optics of it, it'll never not be weird. And I don't know if it's distracting necessarily. I credit Woody for being a professional.
He is a pro. He's a big time pro.
Yeah, optically, certainly doesn't look the greatest.
Yeah, ESPN's just making some boneheaded choices lately.
On to the next topic. Colorado is hosting an open practice Tuesday for fans and reporters for the first time under Coach Deion Sanders. The catch, no reporting, and anyone attending must turn in their phones. Is any reporter that attends this compromised? Any sneaky cameras making their way in?
So what's funny is there was actually a former journalist who retweeted this article by The Athletic by David Oven and said any reporter that does this, he's meaning is compromised in terms of their journalistic values. Like he thinks, this reporter, former reporter, thinks that if you attend this, then you shouldn't be a journalist. And
I disagree with that completely.
It's not like I agree totally with what Colorado is doing. Deion Sanders does try to dictate what the media can do, right?
Sure,
but this is the day and age we live in. If they're allowed, these coaches are allowed to do this. I'm not saying I love it, but if there is a practice open to me, it is my journalistic duty to go there. Yes, you have to abide by the rules, unfortunately. Do I think it's the best set of rules and parameters? No. But you as a journalist need to go. You need to watch practice. And it's not like you can't say things that can give you hints, or you can say, hey, I watched practice look out for these types of things. You can't go and divulge the information word for word.
Yeah.
But it'd be stupid for you not to go to a practice like that.
Listen, I know Dion is not everybody's cup of tea in terms of his personality, and he certainly pushes the line on some things. I don't have a problem with this at all. Like, would you rather not have any access whatsoever, or have access within the bounds of what the head coach is comfortable in? Like, and going to NFL training camp, going to the Niners training camp, there's the periods that you can shoot, and then you can watch. We just had a joint practice on Tuesday. Everybody was out there watching and tweeting.
But you can't do any of that for any of the practice.
Great, but I still am there to see it.
Yeah, I mean, you can't do this for all the practices though. Like but
that's not what we're
journalists
talking about
need to be able to cover the team.
Right. I agree with that part. I just think in my mind, maybe it's not a one-to-one comparison, but covering the Sacramento Kings, we're let in a very limited window of what we are able to see, and it's very intentional what they do not show us. When Mike Brown was here, Mike Brown would take the media onto the court and would walk us through in like putting us in spots, X's and O's of what some of the stuff that he was trying to run to give us a better understanding to help us cover the team, not so that we would put his practice plans out there.
Right.
When I was covering the Sacramento Republic FC, Mark Briggs, the head coach at the time, invited the media in and basically did a film session with us again to inform us on what they're trying to do, but not have us record the media session. I think this is just part of the game. It's part of the gig. I think it's ridiculous to suggest that your journalistic integrity is impacted by going and
I have heard, though, firsthand from a reporter that covers Shador, and I just texted him yesterday because I said, what's your true thoughts on Shador? And he said, football or him? I said, both. He said he is very guarded now that he's in the pros, and everything was very, very structured at Colorado in terms of media was pretty much told you can't report anything bad. And that is how Dion dictated it. And now that he's in the NFL, he thinks that, like, if you don't just report the good news, that's wrong.
Well,
and you can't think that way, and you really can't expect your athletes to go succeed at the next level if you're dictating the college media so much that this is how these players feel when they get to the next level, that they can't be criticized.
To me, we're talking about two different things here, but I agree completely.
You know
with
what
that.
I'm saying? I just wanted to add that in because I think it is kind of a thing there.
Dictating what coverage you get is ridiculous, but opening a practice up to media when he's not obligated to do it, but opening the practice up with the parameters of you're not here to record my practice, but I'll let you in to be able to get the context.
If it's one practice or two practices, fine.
I think it's fine.
But you can't dictate every practice that way.
I think it's
all right. Next one.
The next one, ESPN has announced a new college football show with Josh Pate and Bussin' with the Boys called Bussin' and Pate on Campus. You interested at all?
I love Taylor Lewan. I covered him. He's a good dude, actually.
Mm-hmm.
I like Will Compton. I covered him. Good dude. But I don't mean to be rude. I don't want to see another bro show. Like
bro show.
I like Bussin' with the Boys. I like their podcast. But like ESPN, like do we need another Pat McAfee show? I just feel like this is the college show, but Pat McAfee style. I don't get it.
I guess there's a desire for it, a need for it. So it's not necessarily my cup of tea in terms of content. I don't know if
I'll be watching.
Maybe I'll see clips on the internet. Like I've enjoyed watching clips. I don't listen to or watch Bussin' with the Boys. Never have.
It's pretty funny.
They have great clips that come out of it, like when George Kittle was on or whatever. As long as it's relevant, like I'll be interested in it. So if the show has the target audience, I think it's the great show. That content, not necessarily for me.
One more thing on that.
It'll be successful.
I just think they're stretching a lot of these guys, not thin, because they want to make as much money as they can, but it's almost like everywhere we look, it's the same people. Like I don't want to see the same people doing different things. Sometimes I just want to be like, hey, they're Bussin' with the Boys. I can go there, but I don't want to see them every step of the way when I turn on ESPN.
Yeah, that's the Stephen A. Smith and Pat McAfee effect. They're everywhere. We can't get rid of them. We'll take the break. When we come back, guys, we're minutes away. The Kings schedule about to drop. We'll go through it, dissect it, all 82 games. Not really, but we'll have fun looking at the trends and seeing how right our predictions/guesses were with our schedule game. The Kings schedule will be out when we come back on Sactown Sports.
Follow Sactown Sports 1140 on Instagram and X at Sactown 1140 to see the best moments from all your favorite shows and up-to-the-minute live reactions and updates on the Kings, 49ers, and more. That's at Sactown 1140 on Instagram and X. Your local sports leader, Sactown Sports 1140.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram and Woodland. Chad, what's going down for the Make This the Summer Sales event?
Summer is the best time of the year, not just for fun and adventures, but for huge savings at Hoblet. Right now, you can save up to $14,500 off MSRP on new 2026 Jeep Grand Cherokee Altitudes. This is easily one of the best looking Jeeps on the road and has the latest, greatest tech.
Ooh, I do love that latest tech. Makes the drive so much better.
But Jeep is so much more than tech. Right now, you can save up to $10,800 off MSRP on new 2026 Jeep Gladiator Sports. It's the best of both worlds. A little Jeep and a little truck for whatever you need to get done.
Search, select, and save through their whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
$14,500 total net savings on new Jeep Cherokee and $10,800 total net savings on new Jeep Gladiator after dealer discount and factory incentives. Incentives may include $1,000 Hoblet trade-in assistance for eligible trade and $500 military or first responder bonus cash for eligible members. At least 5 Cherokees at this net savings, 3 Gladiators. VIN number 175877, 175870, 175871. Excludes tax, title, and license fees. See dealer for details.
Dawn or dusk, I'm on the hunt. Skeeter here, Sacramento Yellow Mosquito and Vector Control District, and I'm wearing Skeeter Vision, night vision goggles that light up skeeters at dawn or dusk like the 4th of July. Mosquito, 12 o'clock. Got him. So fight the bite by wearing long sleeves and pants at dawn or dusk when they're most active. Apply insect repellent and drain stagnant water. It's a breeding ground.
Dawn or dusk, the Sacramento Yolo Mosquito and Vector Control District reminds you to fight the bite. For more information or to report problems, go to fightthebite.net.
Sacramento's best selection, best quality, and lowest prices on kitchen and bath products are at the new Anova Cabinet and Stone. For a limited time, get stunning new quartz countertops starting at just $159. That's right, only $159 for gorgeous quartz countertops. Listen to this. For a limited time, cabinets for kitchens and bathrooms are up to 50% off. Yes, up to 50% off new cabinets. It's a must-see. The new Anova Cabinet and Stone at Florin Road and Highway 99. Learn more at AnovaCabinetStone.com.
Need a reason to hit the range this week? Well, Hagen Oaks has too. Monday nights are happy hour all night long with special pricing on hot dogs and ice cold beer while you hit balls under the lights. Then Thursday, join the new Top Tracer competition nights. Play Pebble Beach, compete in closest to the pin, long drive, and more with fun interactive games for every skill level. Grab your friends and make Hagen Oaks your weeknight destination. Visit HagenOaks.com for more details. Hagen Oaks Driving Range, more games, more laughs, more reasons to play.
This is Sactown Sports 1140.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave.
What's up? It's Matt George.
What's good? It's Alan Stiles.
With the most trusted voices in the community.
This is Jason Ross.
Hey, it's Kayla Anderson.
It's Whitey Gleason.
Ready to help promote your business, both as partners and customers. All you have to do is ask. Pick up the phone, dial pound 250 and say, grow my business to get connected with a team member today. That's pound 250 and say, grow my business. Our team will review your product, quickly pair you with a perfect endorser, and create video and audio samples all at no cost or obligation to you. With the most live and local on-air lineup, a dynamic content-driven website, and a state-of-the-art mobile app, Sactown Sports 1140 is tailor-made to help you connect with a sports audience in Sacramento. So why wait? Dial pound 250 today. Say, grow my business, and let us help take you to the next level.
KHD HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
Sactown Sports 1140, your local sports leader. It's time for the lunch break. Your calls, your thoughts, your segment. Call or text us at 916-339-1140. It's the lunch break on Matt and Kayla.
I feel like I need an air horn. Where's his bell? There it is. We've got a schedule! Yeah! We know at least when the Kings will be playing. We don't know what will happen, but we've got ourselves a
One step
schedule, ladies
closer.
and gentlemen. As we know, it begins on the 21st of October. The Kings will travel down to the Intuit Dome to take on the Los Angeles Clippers. A 7:30 tip.
Hey, don't do GG like that.
It's not nothing to do with him.
He plays for him.
It got nothing to do with him. He's not the one laundering money to Kawhi Leonard. He's just there.
Well, blame Adam Silver. He's the one not putting his foot down.
I don't know what DG wants, but hopefully they're giving him some money under the table.
I hope so. He's a good boy.
We'll get Darius Garland versus Darius Acuff Jr. The battle of the
I know.
Dariuses.
The Dariuses.
The Darius off to start the season.
Two of my favorite Dariuses.
What's interesting, though, Kayla, you pointed this out, the first thing you noticed with the schedule, the Kings also end the season in L.A. against the Clippers.
It starts and begins with the L.A. Clippers.
The April 11th on 2027. That's when the season will end in Los Angeles in the Intuit Dome. A lot of road games to start the season. That's the first thing that jumps off the page to me. This was actually reported yesterday by Sean Cunningham. 5 of the first 7 games for Sacramento will be outside of Sacramento. So the Kings open up their season in L.A. on the 21st. Then they come home for a weekend in Sacramento. On Friday the 23rd, the Portland Trail Blazers will be in town. We'll see Ja Morant, Dame Lillard for the Kings home opener.
My 2 teams that I have on my NBA, what is it called?
Your League Pass list. And then we've got the Memphis Grizzlies, October 25th. That's a Sunday game, 6 o'clock.
Nice.
The Memphis Grizzlies will be in town. Hopefully the Kings don't get beaten up by Cam Boozer and that physical front line in Memphis. Then the Kings go on the road for a 4-game road trip that begins in San Antonio against the Spurs, New Orleans against the Pelicans, at Memphis against the Grizzlies, and wrapped up at Dallas against Cooper Flagg and the Mavericks. A long homestand to start November. The Kings have all but 2 games, if I'm not mistaken, in the month.
Dang,
3,
that is
excuse
long.
me. They've got 3 games in the month of November on the road. The rest are at home. So if you want to watch Sacramento Kings basketball, watch it in November. And I'm not going to lie to you, Kayla, I'm a little bit ticked because there are a couple of big games while I'm going to be gone.
That's your fault.
And
maybe they'll win.
Got it. Well, probably.
Isn't that what happened last time?
Got it. Yeah, probably.
Your Disneyland streak?
These are the home games in the month of November in Sacramento. You got the Lakers on the 4th, the Spurs on the 6th. That's a cup game. Giannis Antetokounmpo and the Miami Heat are in town on Sunday the 8th, followed by the Orlando Magic on the 10th. Portland is back for a cup game on the 13th. You've got the Oklahoma City Thunder on the 15th and the Phoenix Suns on the 18th. Then the Kings will go to LA the following Friday to take on the Lakers. That is also a cup game. We knew about that. Then how about this? Back home for back-to-back games. Well, not on back-to-back nights, but on Saturday, the Boston Celtics are in town, followed by Monday, the San Antonio Spurs are back in town.
Louise, this is what I'm going to say real quick on this. To what we've gotten to up to this point. This is the type of stuff, though, to start the season where it's a little bit like blatant that it's going to be tough. Like it's like you're going to go up against some really successful, talented teams, whatever you guys want to call them, right away if you're a young rookie trying to navigate your way through your first season.
Yes.
So he might be hit with a lot from the jump, and it might not look great on any given night, but that's why the patience got to be there for him to kind of grow through that challenge of this first part.
The good news is those Boston Celtics and San Antonio Spurs home games on the November 21st and 23rd, like I said, I will be in Disneyland for those games. So the Kings are going to go 2-0. You're welcome.
Yeah. And then Cardwell will just love you for that.
I did it for you. I did it for you. The Kings won every game when I was in
yeah, I remember that.
Disneyland last year. And then I came back and they lost by like 40. The first game back.
Oh, I remember.
To wrap up the month of November after a trip to Golden State for the final Cup group game on November 25th, which is the day before Thanksgiving. Yeah, day before Thanksgiving. On Sunday after Thanksgiving, the Kings will host Anthony Edwards, LaMelo Ball, and the Minnesota Timberwolves, and then they wrap up November at home on the 30th against the New Orleans Pelicans. The Kings will also be home for Christmas. Of course, they're not playing on Christmas. 2 days before Christmas, on December 23rd, they'll host the Dallas Mavericks. They'll have the Utah Jazz in town a couple days, 2 days after Christmas, on the 27th. And then they'll also have the Philadelphia 76ers and Brooklyn Nets in Sacramento to end the new year. The Kings are playing on New Year's Eve, right? Yeah, the 31st is New Year's Eve, a matinee game against Brooklyn. So we'll get Darius Acuff Jr. versus Michael Brown Jr. to end 2026.
That's an interesting one. So they'll have the King coming into town the 29th. So just a few days before that.
So just after Christmas, you get LeBron James and the new look 76ers in town. I guarantee you that's going to be a tough Christmas present to get. That ticket might not be too easy.
Might not be cheap.
It's going to be fun.
Get it on your list early.
Get it on your list early, indeed. I'm looking for those long road trips.
Yeah, I am too.
And here they are. They're in the second half of the season. The Kings have a long road trip in
February?
No, late January.
Oh, in January and February.
From January 20. Yeah, we'll get to February too. From January 22nd to January 31st, the Kings are at the Lakers, at the Nuggets, at the 76ers, at the Wizards, and at the Detroit Pistons. Oof.
Yeah.
That might be a rough road trip.
That's a tough stretch right there.
Then they have a stretch of 7 out of 8 games on the road with a random home game in between. This is weird.
This is February, right? This is the weirdest one to me.
But it is broken up, to be fair, by the All-Star break.
Oh.
So,
okay. Gotcha.
On the 9th of February, the Kings start a 4-game road trip at Milwaukee, then at Houston, then at Indiana, then at Atlanta. Then they will come home for a home game, a one-off home game against Tyrese Halliburton and the Indiana Pacers. After that, bang, All-Star break.
Yeah.
They then return the following Thursday for a 3-game road trip at Cleveland, at Memphis, and at Charlotte.
So February, they're pretty much on the road.
Pretty much on the road the entire February.
Yep.
The Kings will have a grand total of 4 home games in the entire month of February.
Wow.
But then they have a long homestand.
It's a short month.
They open up March with a 5-game homestand.
What's up, Sacramento?
Yeah.
They'll have Washington, Oklahoma City, the Clippers, the Nuggets, and the Golden State Warriors from March 2nd through March 10th. That game, March 10th, will be the first time the Warriors are playing in Sacramento this season.
Last year, what was it though?
It was the same thing.
Was it the same thing,
we didn't
right?
Get the Warriors till later in the season.
I didn't think so. I was like, this seems like last year.
That's also, which is interesting, that's also after the that's also after the trade deadline, pretty well after the trade deadline. So what will the Kings look like? What will the Warriors
look like? Is maybe more of the question.
After the trade deadline. The Kings will play the Warriors in Sacramento on March 10th and on February 4th. The East Coast road trip, the big one that they always have, happens in
April.
March. Nope.
Or March, sorry.
March 16th at
the
Boston.
The 3rd, right?
Oh, my God. Listen to this as a back-to-back, gang. March 16th in Boston, followed by March 17th in New York against the Knicks. A back-to-back against the Celtics and Knicks? What the hell? Ugh. Loss. Putting 2 L's on the board there really quickly. I don't know about you, Kayla. Then they have a night off before going to Toronto to take on the Raptors. Kawhi? We don't know. Then they'll have another back-to-back to end the road trip at Brooklyn and at Chicago. So Darius Acuff Jr. versus a couple other top rookies on back-to-back nights to end that road trip. And then I think last thing of note, 5 of the last 7 games of the season for the Kings. It's funny. 5 of the first 7 games of the season are on the road.
And then 5
of the last 7 are on the road.
I don't know if I like that. I'm not going to lie.
Why is that?
I don't, for the fans. I don't like bookending it with 5 of the last 7 are on the road. It just kind of sucks. I'm being truthful here.
It depends on what kind of fatigue we have,
It does, but I feel like starting the season at least, you want to you're excited.
Yeah.
The NBA season starts, but then you're like, oh, we only have two games like to start the season at home out of those 7. you're right. Ending the season, it could be more of like we're just fatigued out. We don't really care to go watch them in person.
Yeah.
But it is, for the players, kind of a thing too, because they got to go on the road to start. And when they want to be at home and in the comforts of their own beds, they're going to be on the road for the last 5 out of 7.
Absolutely. If you're a playoff team, you want a home-heavy end of the season because you want to kind of chill going into the playoffs. For a team like the Sacramento Kings, I love a home-heavy start to the year because there's going to be excitement.
Yeah.
Right? Like after, because to your point.
I don't know how much excitement I want.
Well, listen,
from the start.
5 out of the first 7 games are on the road to start the season, but 2 of the first 3 are in Sacramento. So we're going to get a good look
so at
right
least
away.
you get 2 of them right away.
But then that month of November where the Kings are home, I think like 14 times in that month or something like that, then that's there.
Sure.
So we're going to get a lot of games inside the Golden One Center to start the season.
Yeah.
I'm very good with that. I'm very, very good with that part. A lot of road games at the end of the year. Again, unless the Kings surprise us, I don't expect the Sacramento Kings to be in a very important position towards the end of the year. So the last 2 home games, by the way, are April 4th versus Golden State, and then the final home game is Friday, April 9th against Cooper Flagg and the Dallas Mavericks. Those are the final home games for you.
Okay.
It would be meticulous for me to put together. A lot of people always look at how many back-to-backs do the Kings have? I'll wait for someone smarter who has the time to count all those and put them together for you to point that out. And I'm sure people are already working on that right now. I mean, I don't know how much you can like or dislike a schedule necessarily. One thing that's always pointed out too in Sacramento, but it's because the Kings are in California and are a California team. I almost promise you the Kings are going to be one of the highest miles traveled teams. They always are. They always are in Colorado or California. It just has to do with where they're at. Like if you're on the East Coast, sure you have to come out west, but you got a lot of short trips.
No, that's the one thing that, and you're at the top of California for the most part, right? Yeah. I'm interested, Matt, just from going off of last year, where I remember how much we talked about how rough the road trips were. Like they were not good on the road. I don't know if you have it up at all, but the amount of road wins last year was very minuscule.
I got you for just a second.
And I'm just curious looking at these, like how I haven't, you just said everything, but I haven't looked specifically in clumps of road games and like how difficult or how many wins we could even try to predict. Because
the Kings were, to your point, they were 7-34.
It's bad. That's really bad.
Yeah,
I would hope, Matt, that they would increase that number a bit.
7-34 on the road, 15-26 at home last season.
Yeah,
and we know how much Doug Christie preaches protect home court. Dylan Cardwell has been preaching that a lot too. Dylan Cardwell said during the summer, granted it's the summer league, or it was the California Classic, but he said, we're not going to get punked on our home floor anymore.
Which I like that.
I love that too.
Someone taking that, bull by the horn and saying, hey, we can't get punked around. I mean, they're going to probably in some games, that's for sure.
When you have back-to-back games against the Boston Celtics and San Antonio Spurs in Sacramento, let's see, following 2 games against Oklahoma City and Phoenix in Sacramento, we shall see.
So Holistic Fields says, how do they determine their schedules? Because I could see the NBA purposefully giving a tougher schedule, trying to keep us, as the league.
Yeah,
joke.
Holistic Fields.
Okay, sorry, Holistic Fields.
I understand what you're doing. That's deep state wounded Sacramento Kings fan conspiracy theory.
How do they though? Like really put together schedules?
I know Deuce and Mo did an interview at one point with one of the schedule makers. I'm sure it's a very complex process. I've never personally had a conversation with a schedule maker. It absolutely would be interesting, but they have to build a lot around certain things too, like especially other major venues and their other schedules. Like in San Antonio, they famously have their rodeo road trip every year, their long road trip when the rodeo comes to town.
Good point.
If you have a venue like
Knicks
Staples Center in LA, you're going to have huge concerts coming through.
Well, MSG is the biggest.
Yeah, Madison Square Garden.
It's the biggest one.
You have Taylor Swift's wedding. I'm just kidding. But you get my point. Like, it's a very meticulous process. No, the NBA does not intentionally make the Kings' schedule harder to keep them as a listen. when you suck, when you're a bad team, and I don't think the Kings are going to suck as much as people think they're going to, but when you're a bad team, your schedule is going to be harder than good teams because you're bad and you're facing teams that are supposed to be better than you. The whole strength of schedule rating, I enjoy it, especially when you're looking at pockets of the schedule. Like when you look at a stretch of games where the Kings are taking on teams that are at their skill level, okay, this is an easier strength of schedule stretch for them. That's great. In the grand scheme of things, when you're looking at the strength of schedule rating for the Sacramento Kings, now that all 82 games are out, it should be low because the Kings are not good. Every team, right now, there are radio shows and podcasts and fans around the country that are doing a schedule breakdown for their team. And every single time they see Sacramento on their schedule, they're going, probably a win.
Right.
That's what everybody's doing. That's what they're supposed to do. And for us here in Sacramento, how many times can we go through this and confidently say, win? I'm not going to do this exercise through all 82 games because it gets monotonous and I don't think it's good radio. But let's do the first 5 games, shall we? At LA Clippers, win or loss?
Loss.
Probably should be a loss. I think they can absolutely win it. Depends on what the hell the Clippers look like.
I just think it's on the road, first game. You got to prove something to me. I don't know what the hell you're going to be.
You know what? I'm going to say win.
Okay.
I think it's a winnable game. Why not? I'm doing this for an exercise here. Home at Portland. Home opener. Darius Acuff Jr.'s first game in Sacramento. That's awesome.
I'll put win.
Okay, I like that. Portland was a playoff team. John Morant, Dame Lillard back. I think the Kings are going to lose that game.
I'll put win because I think John Morant and them, they're still going to be trying to figure out what they are and function, how they function. So
I like that.
And they're at home with Darius.
Right.
I'm going to put it a win.
I like that. I hope you're right. Home opener vibes. Next game in Sacramento against the Memphis Grizzlies. Now, this is a team that is expected to be in kind of the same, call it tax bracket as the Sacramento Kings, right? The Grizzlies aren't expected to be very good. They've got Cam Boozer. They're also a team that I think is going to be completely built on physicality, and the Kings historically have struggled with physicality. So I'm going to go loss.
I'm going loss with that one.
There you go. You have then the start of the road trip, October 27th at San Antonio, loss. And then finally, the last game that we're going to do, October 29th at New Orleans, win. Okay, so I have 2 and 3. You have 3 and 2, or did you have 2 and 3 also?
I had 2 and 3 too.
So we have 2 and 3 in there through a 5-game stretch. Great. 2 and 3 is probably optimistic to average for this team.
Sure.
Through a 5-game stretch. Mike Brown used to talk about this all the time too. I don't know if Doug Christie does this, but Mike Brown used to break up the schedule into 5-game seasons. Is what he called it. I have 5-game seasons. As long as I win the majority of my seasons, that's what I focus on.
Can we do the first long road trip?
Sure. Yeah, why not? Let's do the 5-game road trip in January.
Okay.
At LA Lakers.
Loss.
I agree. At Denver Nuggets.
Loss.
I agree. At Philadelphia 76ers.
Loss.
I agree. At Washington Wizards, the second night of a back-to-back after Philly.
Yeah, second night of a back-to-back?
So they play the Philadelphia 76ers on the 27th and then Washington on the 28th. I agree. And then wrap it up at Detroit against I almost said Lions, the Pistons.
I'm just going to give them the win.
Sure.
Because
they got to get one, right? Yeah, no, I think they're going.
That's difficult.
I think they're going 0-5 on that road trip.
That's difficult.
Let's do the stretch that we talked about. It's broken up by the All-Star break, but February 9th at Milwaukee.
Win. Yeah.
I think they could very much win that game. At Houston.
Loss.
I agree. At Indiana.
Loss.
I agree. At Atlanta.
Loss.
I agree. Then they're home against Indiana.
Actually, I'll give them a win.
I like that. Give them a win going into the All-Star break. This is all by the way, these games are after the trade deadline, so maybe Zach LaVine's not on the team anymore. We don't know. We'll see. Or Domantas Sabonis for that matter. Then after the All-Star break at Cleveland.
Loss.
I agree. At Memphis.
Loss.
I agree. At Charlotte.
I'm going to give them a win.
I like that. The Kings are going to win games that they're not supposed to win. They're going to have little sneaky wins in here. And they're going to lose games that it's like, you were up by 20 on Memphis and you lost. What the hell? It happens every year for every single team. That's why doing these exercises that we're doing, and we're doing it to kind of prove a point, they're silly.
Yeah.
Because trying to and
Very silly.
We've seen it. I've seen it 3 times on ESPN today with the football schedules for teams.
Oh, they've been doing this every morning.
Right?
Yeah.
And it's silly.
It is
but
funny.
It's interesting. People like to talk through it because there's on paper how you should be.
Yeah.
And then there's on the floor how you should be. And on paper, the Sacramento Kings are going to be poor. Like, I encourage anybody to do this. Do it right now while you're listening. Do it during the break. Go through the schedule and mark.
Just highlight
every single game, or just put a dot next to every single game that you think your gut says the Kings will win that game.
Yeah.
And tell me the number that you come up with. I'm going to guess the average is going to be like 30 because Kings fans tend to be more fans tend to be more optimistic about their team. So you typically always go higher than lower. Yeah. I'll say the average is like 30.
I'd say that too.
But if I were to do that exercise, I probably would walk out with like 24 or 25.
Okay. I'd probably hit about 28 at this point.
Yeah.
Is my number.
But there you go. The NBA Kings schedule is out. It is my fault, but I'm going to be on the happiest place on earth with my family. Missing it's not a doubleheader. It's not on back-to-back nights. But we'll call it a weekend. November 21st versus Boston and Sacramento, followed by November 23rd, November 23rd, a Monday versus San Antonio and Sacramento. Whoo! That's a cool, fun, potentially very painful for the Kings.
You'll have to be watching it on your app.
I will. I'll be sitting in line at Rise of the Resistance with the Kings game on, getting pissed off that they're balling out and I'm not there.
I mean, it doesn't really matter.
It does, Duren, damn you. At least I'll get to see Duren and the Kings take on the Spurs.
You got him for the cup.
For the cup game on November 6th. Any takeaways that you have from this schedule, feel free to call in 916-339-1140. Hop into the YouTube comment section of the YouTube chat. We're having fun breaking it down over there. Look, this is a fun day. These are fun days.
Oh, yeah.
The schedule release is fun because it has optimism, and we can now see and visualize what a Sacramento Kings season could look like. Are you visualizing more positive than you'd expect or more negative than you'd expect? Let us know. Again, 916-339-1140. You can call or text that number. We'll take the break, not just from the radio show, but take a break from the schedule a little bit. We don't want to make ourselves crazy over it. Let's get back to the NFL. ESPN, and specifically Dan Orlovsky, broke down or ranked quarterbacks based off of
their traits.
Some very specific traits. We'll talk about those rankings and where Brock Purdy finds himself in the top 10, if at all, in certain traits when we come back. It's Matt and Kayla on Sactown Sports.
Football is back.
This is Sactown, baby!
And Sactown Sports 1140 is your home for primetime NFL games this season.
This is Kevin Harlan of Westwood One. Catch all the NFL primetime action.
Catch Monday, Thursday, and Sunday night football, international games, the NFL playoffs, and the Super Bowl right here on Sactown Sports all season long. Your local sports leader, Sactown Sports 1140.
I'm not one to say I told you so, but I switched to Pure Talk over a year ago, and ever since, I've been telling people there's no better wireless company out there. Well, a few months ago, a massive survey was conducted. 123,000 people were asked to rate their wireless carrier in 4 categories: coverage, support, data, and overall value. Well, the results are in. Guess which wireless company was the only wireless company to get 5 stars in every category? Yeah. Pure Talk. 5 stars, every category. To celebrate, Pure Talk is offering the first 3 months of any plan for just $15 a month, including their top-tier unlimited plan. No contract, no commitment, just a very inexpensive way to test drive the only American wireless company with 5 stars in every category. Just dial pound 250, say micro, and Pure Talk's U.S. customer service will take it from there. Again, pound 250, micro. And yes, I told you so.
Carmichael Dave here. So proud to talk about my new friends at Pest Pros, where they are family owned, they are locally rooted, and they are committed to serving Northern California. I got a mouse problem at my house, and I don't like mice. I got a cockroach problem at my house, and I don't like cockroaches. That's a real thing. You're going to get pest protection somewhere. Why not get it at a place that is locally owned and operated? Longtime Kings fans and partners, and the community, you've spoken. They're back-to-back Sacramento favorites. So if you got pest control, you don't have pest pros. Step up to the pros with their all-star lineup. Don't just make the call, make the right call. Go to pestprosps.com, Sacramento grown, family owned, or call them at 916-588-9345. That's 916-588-9345. Step up to the pros at Pest Pros.
Sleep Number's new collections are designed to adapt to the changing nature of your life and your sleep needs. Whether it's the personalized comfort of the Comfort Mode mattress, the targeted pressure relief of the Comfort Next mattress, or the Climate Collection that actively cools or warms to help you fall asleep and stay asleep.
And now, get early access to our biggest sale of the year. Save 25% on the new Comfort Next Luxe for a limited time. Only at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com.
This summer, the Honey Pepper Pimento Chicken Sandwich and Pineapple Dragon Fruit and Sprite are back at Chick-fil-A.
Girl, it's back. We've been waiting. I love that honey pepper pimento sandwich.
And that pineapple dragon fruit and Sprite is everything. It's got that razzle-dazzle that makes you stop and say, okay, wait a minute.
I love the creaminess of the pimento cheese. It's savory, it's bold, it's flavorful.
Our faves are back. High five, girl.
Which fan favorite will you choose? Real customers paid for their testimonials.
The summer of Silverado continues at Folsom Chevy. General Manager Eric Wilson and his team have rolled out an incredible deal for August on every 2026 Silverado half-ton truck in stock with a 5.3-liter engine. $13,000 off MSRP, 0% financing for 5 years, no monthly payment for 90 days, and there's a lifetime warranty. Find it all at Folsom Chevy at the Folsom Auto Mall. Must finance with GM on approved credit. $16.67 per 1,000 financed. Cannot be combined with other offers. Ends August 30th, 2026.
Matt and Kayla on Sactown Sports 1140.
Shame on us, Kayla. No one can.
You in particular.
What do you mean?
Because you're the one that did the game.
But you care too.
Well, I forgot.
Fine. Shame on me. Kayla's perfect and Matt sucks. That's true. The comment section says it every day.
No, I'm
how do we
perfect.
break down the whole Kings schedule
without
and not talk about the national TV games?
Exactly.
Kayla, what? Why? I
tell
Jay.
me.
Really matter. Come on, Jay.
It does matter because our records are on the line.
Jay, you should have known, Jay. God, I'm blaming.
My bad.
Yeah, come on, Jay.
Come on, Jay.
Yeah,
I'm
just
flossing my teeth. I got some almonds in there.
That's you do that.
My fault.
Anthony
all right,
looked
Jay.
up earlier this week that you have a minimum of 2 national TV games that you could have. So the Kings were guaranteed to get at least 2 national TV games.
Right.
So how many national TV games did they end up with? Kayla, in our game, you said 5.
And that is because last year
They had 9.
There were 9 national TV games.
To be fair, some of them, a couple of them, I think one at least, maybe 2
Was
got flexed at
flexed.
the end, but that's not what we
Yeah.
were going off of. Drum roll, please. The Kings have 2 national TV games.
Oh, God. Jeez Louise. Seriously?
On January 12th, the Kings will take on the Golden State Warriors in Chase Center on NBC. Catch it on Channel 3. 8 o'clock tip, baby. Hell yeah.
Sacramento.
No bedtime for us. Jake Gayden's going to the
Really?
East Coast. Jake, you can watch that game at 11 p.m.
He
Screw
won't
you,
be watching
bucko.
that one.
Oh, you might. Jake's weird. Jake's a degenerate.
Oh, yeah,
like
he
that.
is like a 1 a.m.er.
But that's not the only one.
Oh, great. We got 2.
As part of that long road trip in January, on Peacock, you can watch the Kings lose to the Denver Nuggets.
Why is that? That's random.
That is a very random
That
game.
is a random game. Not even
No,
a rookie matchup.
That's what I'm saying.
That's stupid.
No Darius Acuff
Yeah,
Jr.
I
versus any other rookie matchup.
I don't like that. I think it's stupid.
Like, to me, why wouldn't you do, like, if you're looking for a random road game, why wouldn't you do Kings Hawks in Atlanta,
yeah.
for Kingston Fleming versus Darius Acuff Jr.?
Absolutely.
Why wouldn't you do that one?
That Denver one is bunk.
Bunk.
Yeah.
What is bunk?
Just stupid. Bunk.
Bunk.
Yeah.
Old school words.
Mm-hmm.
I like that term. Bunk.
So weird.
Yeah, so 2 national TV games for us.
All right, so Anthony won that.
Anthony did win that.
Dang it, Anthony.
Kings at Warriors. Well, he's not here. He doesn't get the credit. He loses. Kings at Warriors on January 12th will be on NBC. And Kings at Nuggets. This is weird for the NBA because the NBA typically, if the Kings are going to have a national TV game, typically they like to put the majority of them in Sacramento to showcase the Kings fandom.
Sure.
I wonder if the NBA is concerned at all about Kings fan support this year.
I don't know about that, Matt, because they still have a lottery draft pick.
I agree with that. I mean, I think like the month of November, like the vast majority of these games, if not all of these games in the month of November, I would guess are going to be either sold out or 90% full.
Yeah.
Like I think people are going to be very excited to watch Kings basketball to start the season. Maybe towards the end of the season, depending upon how poorly the season is going. Like this morning, Carmichael Dave and Kelly Brothers were talking about ownership and the possibility of like, could we get to a point where there's like sell the team chance in the Golden One Center? I hope we don't get to that point because that probably means things are going really, really badly. It's weird to me that the NBA is not having, they don't have, like we've had national TV games in Sacramento on freaking ESPN at the time where the Kings were just dreadful. But no national TV games in Sacramento this year. Interesting. Add it to the list of why we don't like Adam Silver. It's his fault.
Adam the alien.
All right. Mm-hmm. We'll get back to the schedule a little bit later on in the show. ESPN's Dan Orlovsky ranked NFL quarterbacks based off of 7 specific traits: arm strength, ball placement, mechanics, decision-making, pocket presence, second reaction, and rushing ability. Does Brock Purdy make the top 10 on any of these? Well, I can tell you yes, but he does not make it in terms of arm strength. Josh Allen ranked number 1 in arm strength. Justin Herbert, number 2. Caleb Williams, number 3. Matt Stafford, number 4. Mahomes, 5. Mayfield, 6. Drake May, 7. Joe Burrow, 8. Lamar Jackson, 9. And Dak Prescott, 10. Ranking arm strength.
Yeah, no surprise by this. And real quick, I think arm strength so much so is like the first thing a lot of people even judge a quarterback by because he's a quarterback.
How far can you throw it?
Yeah, and that's why, again, this is my belief, guys. It doesn't have to be yours, but it's belief too why guys like a Justin Herbert keep getting that benefit of the doubt, like that he is, because he is a good quarterback, but he's kind of given a little bit of leeway, even though he's not been able to take them to where they need to take him to because he has the physical attributes.
Because he can throw the ball.
And you could also say Josh Allen's in that mix too. Like, I think he gets a little bit more of a benefit of doubt. He's taken them further, and he's a little bit more of an impressive quarterback overall body of work because of the mobility part of it. But I do think some of those big quarterbacks, they do get a benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, if you got a cannon,
because you're physically gifted.
They'll pay attention. However, but here's the thing, though. Here's the difference between like a Josh Allen and a Justin Herbert. The very next one is ball placement. So you go from power to accuracy, essentially. Josh Allen's on the list. He's 7.
Yep.
So he's got power, but he's also accurate. Justin Herbert, not on that list.
He's not on that list.
He's not in the top 10.
Yeah.
Brock Purdy is.
Yeah, he is.
Brock Purdy's number 9 on the list. By the way, number 1 is Matt Stafford. Number 2, Drake May. A lot of love for Drake May. Number 3, Sam Darnold, Joe Burrow, Jared Goff, Jordan Love, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Brock Purdy, Dak Prescott. So Brock Purdy 9th on Dan Orlovsky's list for the best quarterbacks in terms of ball placement accuracy.
It's a good trait to have. Arm strength isn't always gonna, it's not the deciding factor on if you're gonna win a Super Bowl, right? But when it comes to ball placement, that accuracy, like, that's hard to teach sometimes. You can work on it, but some of that is just a natural knack to have that. And Brock is definitely, I think, going to continue to improve, but that is something I think he's naturally been gifted with as well.
Next trait is mechanics. I'll tell you now, Brock Purdy's not on this list.
Some of that is funky, though.
This is one of those lists. This is like that trait that to quarterback coaches and quarterbacks themselves, of course, it matters a ton. If I were to choose a trait where it's like I'm okay with my quarterback not being on it, not having the best mechanics is not the end-all be-all.
Patrick Mahomes isn't on the list.
Exactly. Look at some of the names that are. Number 1's Matt Stafford. Okay, he's the MVP. Number 2, Joe Burrow. Okay, really good quarterback. Daniel Jones is 3.
Yep.
CJ Stroud is 6.
Yep.
Jane Daniels is 8.
Mm-hmm.
Mechanics are important. Execution's more important.
I'm not blown away, but Josh Allen barely making the list at 9, but I wouldn't have been surprised if he wasn't on it.
Well, that
was
actually one of. Did you watch the Buffalo Bills Hard Knocks last year?
A little bit of it. I didn't watch the whole thing.
There was an episode where they focused on the analytics coach, essentially, that Josh Allen works with.
Sure.
That taught him that changed his throwing mechanics.
Mm-hmm.
And it was actually a really cool part of the episode. It was very nerdy. It was like a 10-minute segment of Hard Knocks where they just kind of walked through like what his throwing motion used to be and what it should be and what's a good throwing motion and what's not. Again, this is kind of more the nerdy side of quarterbacking.
Oh, I love this kind of stuff.
But then you go from that, which is a very scientifically backed, recordable, mechanical thing, to something that is very, you have it or you don't.
You have it or you don't.
Which is decision.
Another one of those traits.
Decision making.
Yeah.
Like, can you
under pressure,
exactly.
What do you do?
Are you a good decision maker?
Josh Allen, no surprise.
Number 1 on this list.
No surprise.
Matthew Stafford on this list. Number 2, Jordan Love 3, Drake May 4. A lot of love for Drake May.
I mean,
after one season.
But this is go look at CJ Stroud. Go look at Drake May.
Goodness.
Because it's his first season. Jaden Daniels. First season sometimes can be a little bit of a, I don't want to call a liar, but the league doesn't know you yet.
Right, you're not on
the
film
league hasn't adjusted to you yet.
Right.
That's why we see these second-year quarterbacks. Sometimes it's a hard hill to get back up because they get pushed down after defenses are able to see what they do.
No Brock Purdy on decision-making with the football. I'm a little bit surprised by that, but not.
Yeah.
So who would we take out for Brock Purdy if we were to put him in this list? So Drake May's 4, Jaden Daniels 5, Dak Prescott 6, Lamar Jackson 7, Joe Burrow 8, Mahomes 9. Mahomes being that far down is interesting. Jalen Hurts 10. I think I'm okay with Brock not being on the list.
Yeah,
I thought he would.
Maybe tied for 10th with Jalen.
Okay.
If you put him up there. I have one note that I noticed when this is all said and done, by the way.
You noticed, like, in general with this whole thing? Okay, we'll get to that in a second. Pocket presence.
Here we go.
Brock Purdy's on this list.
Are you shaking your boots or not?
Do you stand tall in the pocket or do you run like hell and abandon ship? Well, your offensive line has a lot to do with this, too.
It does.
But Drake May, number 1.
He is getting a lot of love, isn't he?
Goodness gracious. Joe Burrow, 2. Sam Darnold, 3. Justin Herbert, 4. Dak Prescott, 5. Lamar Jackson, 6. Caleb Williams, 7.
Brock's in there.
Purdy, 8.
Okay.
Daniel Jones, 9. Trevor Lawrence, 10. Second reaction ability. Josh Allen, number 1. Caleb Williams, number 2. Patrick Mahomes, number 3. Drake May, 4. Darnold, 5. Bo Nix, 6. Brock Purdy, 7. In terms of second reaction. This is, in a way, it's kind of like.
If you can't get to your first, is it like, so this isn't progressions. This is like.
This is like playmaking. Like if something
breaks down.
If the plan doesn't work.
Exactly.
How do you on the fly make a change?
Yeah. Now that is also hard to just learn. You have to kind of know how to do it.
Absolutely. I'm glad Patrick Mahomes is towards the top of this list. Patrick Mahomes is a wizard at this. Caleb Williams being towards the top makes a lot of sense too.
Yeah.
He had to do that a lot. Brock Purdy, I'm glad Brock Purdy, this is the highest ranking for Purdy so far.
Sam Darnold, little bit.
Recency bias?
That's a little bit questionable to me.
Okay.
So.
Second reaction. Hey, just throw the ball to JSN. That's your second reaction. If everything breaks down, just throw the ball up and have JSN go get it. Finally, the last one, rushing ability. No surprise, Lamar Jackson's number 1 on this. Josh Allen, number 2. Drake May, 3.
Because it's sneaky.
God,
you wouldn't
Drake
think
May.
he's sneakily I think he's in almost every category.
Does Dan Orlovsky love Drake May?
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
Boy, oh boy.
Orlovsky is one to kind of pick and choose to who his favorites are.
Well,
There's no doubt about that.
He's picking. Caleb Williams, 4. Justin Herbert, 5. Jalen Hurts, 6. Mahomes, 7. Baker Mayfield, 8. Bo Nix, 9. Jaden Daniels, 10. I know.
Is Drake May in every one? Let's see. I'm going to go back through.
I don't know.
I'm going to go back through. I think he might be, except
he's not
for
in mechanics.
Okay, so that's the only one he's not in.
Yeah, he's not in mechanics.
All right.
He's in everything else.
Interesting.
Yes, he's in everything else, and I think his lowest rating is like 5.
Okay.
And Dan Orlovsky loves him.
He loves him some Drake May. We'll see what he does second year.
Brock Purdy is not talked about like a rushing quarterback because he's not. But Brock Purdy's really good at making the right decisions when to rush. I think it's one of the most underrated parts of his game is when to scramble. And he typically, when he does decide to run, you see a lot of those kind of breakout plays. And he does a really good job protecting himself too.
Which
is
that's
a very underrated skill.
Maybe you should teach that Giants quarterback, Jackson Dart, how to do that.
Why?
Protect himself?
His running back runs through brick walls.
Jackson Dart is an idiot when it comes to that. And so I'm not going to call Scott an idiot. He's not an idiot. He's from right here in Sacramento. We love him. But those are two things that they have to do better, especially your quarterback.
John Harbaugh's going to wrap them in bubble wrap.
Jeez Louise. My notice until the very end, I think he was not in the last three categories. I think the quarterback we always talk about, but we don't talk about, Dak Prescott. Like he's still in every one of these categories except for some of the ones at the very end. He just doesn't get.
Is Dak Prescott?
It's a weird one for me.
Is Dak Prescott the epitome of the reliable quarterback? And what I mean by that is like you picture Dak Prescott as the guy that you know is good. You choose others over him, but you always know is just good. I feel like that's what he's become to the National Football League.
Or a prisoner of the Cowboys.
Free him. Let him go.
I almost kind of want to see Dak go play somewhere else.
It would be weird to see Dak Prescott wearing anything but Cowboys, to your point.
I know. Interesting. I liked that drill.
There you go. Well, how about a 2-minute drill when we come back?
Let's go. I got some news, baby.
Kayla Anderson taking us around the National Football League on a day where preseason opens for pretty much everybody else. We got Niners. We got Raiders football tonight. Not on Sactown Sports, but we'll talk about it next.
Follow Sactown Sports 1140 on Instagram and X at Sactown 1140 to see the best moments from all your favorite shows and up-to-the-minute live reactions and updates on the Kings, 49ers, and more. That's at Sactown 1140 on Instagram and X. Your local sports leader, Sactown Sports 1140.
Here's the deal. The government is over $38 trillion in debt, which means the IRS isn't slowing down. And the tax code is complex and unforgiving. So it's not surprising if you're one of the millions of Americans that owe back taxes to the IRS. Unfortunately, they're the world's most powerful collection agency, with the ability to garnish your wages, seize your bank accounts, and even take your home or business. But don't be stressed or worried any longer. We're Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm. We have resolved over $3 billion in tax debt for our clients. Our award-winning professionals deal with the IRS every single day, protecting our clients and preparing them for the best possible resolution. For tax help you need, for tax help you can trust, give Optima a call today.
Call 800-375-2322. 800-375-2322. 800-375-2322.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Want the best movie experience in town? Join Sactown Sports IMAX Pass by visiting SactownSports.com. Sign up today. You can win tickets to see this week's films at the Esquire IMAX Theater.
Hi, this is Greg Papa. Disasters hit every day. If your home, business, or building has suffered from any disaster, SunPoint Public Adjusters can help. SunPoint prepares, presents, and negotiates your claim with the insurance company, working only for you, making sure you get everything you're entitled to and letting your focus be on what's most important, your family or your business. Call SunPoint today at 888-247-7865 or contact us at sunpoint.us. SunPoint Public Adjusters, the gold standard in public adjusting.
License number 2N14884.
The biggest concerts and events are on the Sactown Sports Live Events calendar. August 21st, party with the B-52s and Men Without Hats at Thunder Valley Casino Resort. Ty Myers takes over the Lake Tahoe Amphitheater as Caesars Republic August 22nd. George Thorogood rocks Thunder Valley August 24th. September starts with Thunder Showdown 5 Pro Boxing September 5th. Zach Top headlines 2 nights at the Lake Tahoe Amphitheater September 11th and 12th. Five Finger Death Punch Rocks Toyota Amphitheater September 14th. Earth, Wind & Fire light up Hard Rock Live Sacramento September 15th and 16th. And Riley Green hits Toyota Amphitheater September 19th. Then check out California Overland Adventure and Power Sports Show September 26th and 27th at the Sonoma County Event Center. October Rings Lunar Scanner October 2nd at Ironstone Amphitheater. And Thomas Rhett October 3rd at Golden One Center. Find every show and every ticket now on the Sactown Sports live events calendar at sactownsports.com.
Skeeter here, my card. Field Tech, Sacramento Yellow Mosquito and Vector Control District. I never met a Culex terrasalis I didn't want to smack. That's Latin for mosquito. Hey, it's time again to fight the bite. Time to protect yourself from West Nile virus by applying insect repellent. Once a week, drain stagnant water and report dirty green swimming pools. Ew. They're breeding grounds.
The Sacramento Yellow Mosquito and Vector Control District reminds you it's time to fight the bite.
My card never gets old.
For more information or to report problems, go to fightthebite.net.
It's time for the 2-minute drill. Kayla Anderson has the ball, and she's taking us around the world of football. It's Kayla's 2-minute drill on Matt and Kayla.
Kayla, really quick, before we get to your 2-minute drill, I want to remind everybody we are Sacramento's home of San Francisco 49ers football. That includes the preseason. You can listen to tonight's preseason game, the Niners taking on the Titans from Levi Stadium. Right here, game kicks off at 6 o'clock, right after the Drive guys, Alan Stiles and Whitey Gleason, wrap up their show. Niners preseason football on Sactown Sports tonight.
Let's talk about some more football.
All right.
How about the 2-minute drill?
There are teams outside of San Francisco, outside of the Raiders?
There definitely are.
Oh, all right, let's talk about it.
Because they got to play them. Let's start with this one. Daniels done wrong? We were just talking about Jaden Daniels, right? Mm-hmm. Listen to this interesting thing that just keeps kind of unfolding here. So, this came out today. An attorney representing the Washington Commanders quarterback Jaden Daniels has informed his former college school, LSU, that it can no longer use his name, image, and likeness, according to a August 5th letter sent to the athletic director. Now, the reasoning for this, I guess that they are allowing, LSU is, the sophomore cornerback for them, DJ Pickett, to wear the number 5 jersey. Okay. Now, prior to this, the number 5 jersey that Daniels wore, obviously he was also their third Heisman Trophy winner in history for the LSU Tigers. It had not been worn up till this point. So,
but it was never officially retired?
No, but I guess they put out a statement saying along the lines of this: the Daniels family is deeply disappointed and feels profoundly disrespected by LSU's decision to give Jaden's number to another player, blah, 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 blah. So this has become a whole thing. Then Jaden Daniels has gone on his Instagram since and put out, I have been locked into training camp, and that's my number one focus. I have a lot of gratitude for my time at LSU, and I'm proud of what my teammates and I have accomplished there. Obviously, there are issues to be worked out between my team and LSU, and my hope is that we get it done privately.
This screams Jaden Daniels' family, not Jaden.
It's his mom who is the lawyer. And his agent.
This is petty.
I'm not saying I know that for a fact, but the first thing I thought of is
this
is Mama Daniels.
This is dumb.
This is definitely Mama Daniels.
Your number was not retired. Congratulations. You are a Heisman winner at a program and a university that's had a tremendous amount of history before you were there.
You didn't take him to a natty.
Relax, dude. Like, I think, and again, this screams to me disgruntled family members and I don't think this is Jaden Daniels calling LSU and getting pissed off.
Go watch quarterback and watch his mom, and you'll know exactly who it is.
This is petty nonsense, and I hope LSU does not change anything because it was silly.
Yeah, so it's an unfortunate thing, and it's a distraction because they're blowing this up, so obviously, but it's like, don't do that then, and especially don't do it at this time. So hopefully they figure something out, but he is not Joe Burrow. He did not do what Joe Burrow did at LSU. He did a lot of good things. He was a Heisman winner. Maybe they do find a discussion where they come to terms on retiring it, but I don't think it's a given, and I don't know if that's the way to go about it. So, all right, next up, what the Beck?
Don't like this.
So, Arizona Cardinals rookie quarterback Carson Beck, who we all got a little bit of a taste of in that Hall of Fame game.
He was really good.
He was good. and he brought some excitement, I would believe, to the game. He is actually out tonight for their first preseason game against your Las Vegas Raiders, Matt. He has a rib injury sustained in the Hall of Fame game. It's not considered to be serious, although rib injuries do hurt. He's practiced through the soreness all week, but they decided to not play him. I'm a little bummed, I'm not going to lie, because I thought that would make for some more fun preseason football.
Absolutely.
Because you got two quarterbacks. Obviously, Carson is not the starter yet or anything close to it, but it was a good showing by him early.
You want to see him string together good performances, especially when the quarterback position is not solidified at all there in Arizona. We know the Cardinals are going to be a bad team, so why not give you something to be excited about for the future? And Beck certainly established himself as someone to talk about and to look at and keep an eye on with how he played in the Hall of Fame game. I'm not going to say I'm glad that there's actually an injury, but initially when I saw this, or when I heard you talking about it, I thought they were choosing to keep him out because he had played in the Hall of Fame game.
Yeah.
I'm glad that's not the case. If there's any sort of injury whatsoever, always err on the side of caution in preseason, even if it might be to your backup quarterback. So that makes it a little bit better, but bummer, man. I wanted to see Carson Beck, even if it's at the expense of my Raiders, I wanted to see Carson Beck see if he could string together a couple good performances.
Because if that's the case and he has had good practices, I'm not going to say it's out of the realm of possibility that he could maybe find a way to start. I don't think they'd start the season because they just gave Brissett the extension. But he could definitely bounce Brissett at some point. So if he keeps this up.
I think Cardinals fans might root for that. Very shortly.
By the way, I loved my title for that. What the Beck?
What the Beck?
All right, Deshaun, top dog? Question mark. Here we go. The latest from Cleveland, folks. Deshaun Watson will start the Cleveland Browns preseason opener against the Bears in Chicago on Saturday. Shedeur Sanders, though, will start the team's second preseason game at home against the Buffalo Bills on August 22nd. Todd Monken, their head coach, informed the quarterbacks of the decision after practice on Wednesday. I guess the question to you, Matt, is this is what people are assuming. Is the fact that Watson gets the first preseason game mean he's a little bit ahead of winning the job?
Let's put it this way. The first thing that popped in my head, other than ew, is, okay, the quarterback battle's going on. You give someone a start, and then you give the other person a start. Deshaun Watson probably gets the first start because of, one, how much they're paying him, but two, if you want to give it to him because of seniority. Like, that's the only thing, that's what makes sense to me, I guess, politically. If I were trying to handle it as a coach, I guess that's probably what I would do.
And pay.
Let me tell you, I was never going to watch Cleveland Browns versus Chicago Bears. I'm definitely now not watching Cleveland Browns versus Chicago Bears preseason. I don't care enough. But I hope to hell that I see clips on the internet today of Deshaun Watson looking terrible in this game.
I'm not rooting for him.
Not at all. I'm not rooting for the dude, and I want Shedeur Sanders to win that starting job. So, all right, throw ducks like you've been throwing. Have you seen the clips, some of the balls he's been throwing in training camp?
Of course I have. He was intercepted like 7 times a day in practice.
So good. Get embarrassed today by the the Chicago Bears defense and keep it moving.
All right, finally, we'll wrap it up with this because I love my title on this too. Wallin' out. We are talking about a guy who I very much so rooted for in his career.
Yeah.
And I am really shocked he's actually back.
Raider legend.
The Carolina Panthers and free agent tight end Darren Waller reached an agreement Wednesday on a 1-year deal. That was per his agency. The 33-year-old spent the last season with the Miami Dolphins working with the Panthers' associate head coach and offensive specialist, Darrell Bevell, who is Miami's passing game coordinator and quarterbacks coach, but he is now with the Panthers. He came out of retirement, by the way, last year to join the Dolphins. So now he's with the Panthers. Just another different type of animal.
Good for Darren Waller. I'm glad he gets another opportunity.
So not sure what he'll be at this point, but good for him.
Might grab him as my backup tight end on the week that my tight end is on bye week.
There you go. That's your 2-minute drill.
There you go. We'll take the break. When we come back, we continue our NFL division previews. On Tuesday, we did the NFC East. Why don't we take a look at the AFC East? We'll do that, plus Pro Football Focus ranked NFL offensive lines. Where did the Niners offensive line stack up with Trent Williams and company? We'll talk about that next to start the final hour of the show. It's Matt and Kayla on Sactown Sports.
Like and subscribe to the Sactown Sports 1140 YouTube channel at Sactown Sports 1140 to get the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Matt and Kayla, and the Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Alan Stiles on demand and at your fingertips. Get your fix of the Sacramento Kings, 49ers, Giants, athletics, NFL, NBA, and the latest in sports and entertainment all in one place at Sactown Sports 1140 on YouTube. Your local sports leader, Sactown Sports 1140.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Ask yourself this question. Is it really worth holding on to that timeshare that you know you need to get rid of? Here's the truth. The average maintenance fee just went up over 17%. That could have been 117%, and there's nothing you can do about it. When you buy a timeshare, you give them a blank check for annual maintenance and assessment fees. I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. For 15 years, I've helped over 50,000 families cancel their timeshare. Not sell it, not transfer it, cancel it. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment and your maintenance fees would never go up? That's a lie. Are you ready to get rid of your timeshare once and for all? Simply call us and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit that explains all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your timeshare exit kit. 800-822-1490. That's 800-822-1490. 800-822-1490.
With 25 award-winning years in Northern California, Ashton & Price is your local injury law firm. Pro attorney tip: if a firm presents as local but they're in LA, red flag. If your first consultation is not with a lawyer, big red flag. At Ashton & Price, your first consult is with a local attorney, and if serious injury prevents travel, a lawyer will come to you. Still not enough? George Washington's my uncle. At Ashton & Price, no red flags, just red, white, and blue.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
Country in the Park 2, presented by your California Army National Guard, October 23rd at Hart Health Park at Cal Expo with Bailey Zimmerman, Russell Dickerson. Plus more. Enjoy line dancing, live DJs, mechanical bull, and food trucks. Tickets start at just $70. Country in the Park 2, October 23rd at Hart Health Park at Cal Expo with Sky River Casino and Joel Gott Wines. More info at CITPFest.com.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Woodland. Chad, tell me what's going on for the Make This the Summer Sales event.
Right now, you can save up to $9,500 off MSRP on one of the most capable Jeeps on the road, the new 2026 Jeep Wrangler Willys. It's hard not to make good memories with this Jeep and all you can explore.
Ooh, those Willys are pretty cool. But what about something to move the family around with back-to-school season upon us?
We got you covered there, too. Right now, you can lease a new 2026 Jeep Grand Wagoneer for 36 months for only $759 per month, with only $54.95 due at signing. If you need something to help get the family moving, this is the Jeep to do it in style and luxury.
Search, select, and save through their whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
$9,500 total net savings on new 2026 Jeep Wrangler Willys after dealer discount factory incentives. Incentives may include $1,000 Hoblet trade-in assistance for eligible trade, $500 military first responder bonus cash for eligible members. Offer subject to residency verification. To this net savings, VIN number 296919, 296918. Grand Wagoneer lease on approved credit, 10,000 miles per year, 25 cents per mile over sample VIN 183978. MSRP $66,790. Excludes tax, title, and license fee. See dealer for details.
KHTK HD1 Sacramento. KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
Sactown Sports 1140. Your local sports leader.
It's Matt George and Kayla Anderson on Sactown Sports 1140.
Kayla, I think we started with the NFC East for our division previews. And I think we're going to have we had a lot more fun with that than I think we're going to have previewing the AFC East, if we're being completely honest, because you talk about a 2-horse race. Now, the top of the AFC East, very, very enticing. The bottom of it, shall we just get it out of the way?
Yeah.
New York Jets versus Miami Dolphins. Dare I say the Jets will not be last in the division?
I don't think they're going to be.
I think the Dolphins are going to be that bad.
Or if they are, they're going to be, they might be neck and neck.
Yeah.
Because we don't know what's going to happen with Geno either, you know?
True.
So those two teams scare. Those two teams scare the living you-know-what out of me.
Let me ask you this question. This is a fun one.
Oof.
Combine their wins for me. Do we make it to 5?
Yeah, combined, I think you make it to 5.
Okay. So combined, they had 10 last year.
Okay.
But Miami did all the heavy lifting. Miami had 7. The Jets had 3 wins.
I'm not saying a lot.
So, okay, you think you have 5. 6? How high are we going here?
I'm going to go 7.
7,
combined.
Okay. So one team with 4, one team with 3?
Yeah, and I
or
think
like
Jets,
5 and 2.
I think Jets could have the 4. Or 5. 4.
No, yeah, 5.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or 4 for, if it's 4 and 3.
Yeah, 4 and 3. Those are two, boy. This is scary. This sucks to say this because I really like the young man. But Malik Willis, man, I'm scared. I just don't know if he's a starter.
Yeah.
Like, he did a lot of good things for Green Bay in a really good system that allowed him to be a good backup when needed to come and be a starter. But I just don't know if he's a starter.
I think this division is so funny because at the top, you have 2 teams that are going to be competing for the AFC title, like 2 teams that are going to be competing for getting to the Super Bowl. The Bills, even though they didn't make it last year, like the Bills, I think have more expectation to get there than the Patriots do, even though the Patriots just lost in the Super Bowl. But of course, they want to get right back. They don't want to be a one-hit wonder. So you have 2 teams at the top of the division that very easily could meet in an AFC championship game. And then the 2 teams at the bottom of the division might be battling for the number 1 pick. Like what? Polar opposites in this division.
Yeah.
Such a weird division in football. But let's talk about the top. You want to do Patriots first since they won it, or should we do Buffalo Bills because they have more pressure on them than I think any other team in the NFL?
Yeah, let's do the Bills. Why not?
Brand new stadium. Josh Allen back again. New head coach. I'm fascinated by the Buffalo Bills, but I cannot shake the feeling, and I'm not a Buffalo Bills fan at all. I do know a Buffalo Bills diehard fan. Shout out, his name's Luca. I used to work with him at ABC 10. I should ask him how he's feeling, because I, having no ties to the Bills whatsoever, cannot shake the feeling that last year was the window and you missed it.
Yeah, I think I get that. I get the reason why you say that. I think a lot of teams could say that too, because it was just such a weird year. I mean, the Ravens, it was such a weird year where you didn't have really the Chiefs fully in your way.
Yeah, Ravens are a good one. I wouldn't put the Broncos in that, even though they felt so close. Then the Bo Nix injury happened, because the Broncos to me are still trending up.
Yeah, I wouldn't put the Broncos in it. But my whole thing on that is just because of the year it was. Remember how much we talked about the parity last year was wild. Yeah. Like, we use that any given Sunday sentence a lot, but it really
jumbo bucket, right?
It really meant that last year.
Yeah.
Because any given Sunday was happening almost every Sunday.
And the Super Bowl that we got kind of reflected
exactly.
that.
It really did. It really did, especially with the Patriots in there.
Mm-hmm.
So
what's the 2 ways I look at the Buffalo Bills and the New England Patriots are really interesting. It's 2 completely different types of pressure. Again, I think the Buffalo Bills have the most pressure to win this year out of any team, including the Rams.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the Rams are still the Rams. They're going to be good, and they already at least have a ring, although they're very much in the hunt for another one. The Bills don't have that yet, and time's ticking on, plus the new stadium that opened up. The Patriots have a different level of pressure on them to, like we talked about earlier, to prove they're not the one-hit wonder team, right? Of course, there's the off-field distraction stuff with Vrabel this summer that plays a factor into the narrative of everything. But I'm really curious about the Patriots in terms of, are they being anointed too soon especially Drake May. I mean, we just did that exercise with ESPN and Dan Orlovsky ranking the quarterbacks based off of traits, and Drake May is everywhere on that list.
Mm-hmm.
Are the Patriots being anointed too soon, or are they here to stay? That's the big question with them.
Yeah. So what I would say is, first of all, I think last year was interesting in the fact that, yes, any given Sunday was a thing, and it was a real thing. But for the Patriots specifically, when you look at their schedule last year, the Patriots' schedule was really weak. And it really did, no matter what you want to say, it really did help them.
Absolutely.
And their schedule is not that again this year. So you have the schedule factor that I think can be a little bit of a factor into maybe them falling down a little bit back into reality. Also, we just spoke about this a couple segments ago. You have the second-year quarterback, what happens narrative. And most of the time, at least what I've seen, with quarterbacks that ascend quickly in that rookie season, and rightfully so, Drake May's a good quarterback. I am not saying he's not a good quarterback. But a lot of times it's really high, and then that second season, like I said, teams make adjustments, or quarterbacks just have a difficult time kind of topping what they did.
It's the sophomore slump.
And it really becomes a reality for these quarterbacks. So I think that's something to watch as well. Because, yeah, they added A.J. Brown, and, you know, there's good players on this team, no doubt. Also, how does Mike Vrabel, as a head coach and being at the high of going to the Super Bowl in his first year as the Pats head coach, how does he adjust to everything that has happened, not just off the field, because we know about that, but the high ceiling or high expectations he has? He's the Patriots are a brand.
Yeah.
And now he's expected to win a Super Bowl.
Are you opening the next Bill Belichick era?
Sure.
Vrabel.
But that's expected. That's why he was hired. So I think, Matt, they're going to take a step back. This is just my thoughts on just what the history has provided with this. I think they're still going to be a good team. They're going to be a winning team. I just think that they'll probably take a little step back.
Well, I know one area for sure that they're taking a step back in. You brought up their schedule. Let me just read a piece of their schedule to you.
Yeah.
Week 1 at Seattle. Week 4 at Buffalo. Week 7 at Chicago. Week 12 at the Chargers. Week 15 at the Kansas City Chiefs. Those are 5 road games right there against, like, the weakest of those teams is probably the Chargers, right? Last season, the Patriots went 8-0 on the road.
That's wild, by the way.
That's happening.
That's insane. But
No
and again,
shot
the
that's
schedule
happening.
was not difficult.
Like, I'd be surprised. Those 5 games right there. Like, you're impressed if you go 3-2 in those 5 games.
Yeah.
And you're probably a good team if you go 3-2 in those 5 games. They're not going 8-0 on the road again. They were 6-3 at home. One of those 3 losses was to the Raiders, which does not define them by any means because they were just kind of waking up as a franchise and getting used to each other. So that was kind of a gimmick there. But the Patriots are going to have to be, I think, better in Foxborough than they are on the road this season to have a chance to get back to what they were last year, because that 8-0 on the road ain't happening. Ain't happening. By the way, looking at the Buffalo Bills schedule too really quickly, I mean, they themselves also have a tough schedule, but dare I say, I think it might be a little more favorable, if at all possible, than, and it's pretty close with the Patriots. Like, they open up at Houston. That's a really good defense they have to face.
Game.
Their home opener is against Detroit. The Lions should be good.
Yeah. I think they're actually maybe not being talked about enough.
You know, I might take
which I think they will like.
I might take this back. I might take that back.
It's harder?
Because they're at L.A. against the Rams.
Oh.
At Minnesota against the Vikings. All right. At New England, but of course, obviously, they're in Kansas City against the Chiefs. At Green Bay versus Chicago. At Denver.
It's a tough schedule.
Whew.
It's a tough schedule, but for the Bills, there's not really an excuse. You have one of the best, if not the best quarterback in the league. But they've got a new head coach. So That's the thing. They've got pressure on them.
Yeah.
No doubt about it.
I don't think like the Patriots won the division last year with a 14-3 record. I don't think either team is going to have a 14-3 record this year. But I do think it's probably going to be neck and neck. Like I wouldn't be surprised at all if a team wins by a win.
Yeah, I think the Bills need to be leading the division.
I agree.
I think they should win the division, but it is going to be an interesting. They both have interesting storylines into why maybe they don't.
Mm-hmm.
One being all the expectations on the Patriots after almost winning it all, and then the Bills, just the continued is the window closing, but you still have Josh Allen. But oh wait, now we put another wrinkle in it. You've got Joe Brady as your head coach. He is just expected to be what fixes it all? Because that's what the narrative is right. They were hiring him to fix it pretty much.
Josh Allen's guy.
Yes.
Josh Allen's pretty much handpicked guy.
Yes.
I think the Buffalo Bills, if you're having, I don't want to say this. If you're picking a team to have more confidence in, I think it should be the Bills. Because they've been there, done that.
Mm-hmm.
The Patriots, there's still so much unknown with them.
Yeah.
So that's why I agree with you. The Bills should win the division. They're supposed to win the division. Doesn't mean they will. They
watch Miami win it all. Good Lord.
The Dolphins out of nowhere.
Could you imagine?
Just why not? Go Fins. Dolphins are a fun brand, man. I wish
they are, and I love their colors.
Yeah, it's bright.
Like the Dolphin.
I've heard Hard Rock Stadium isn't great though.
So I've been. It's not. They do have a club though that's very cool.
Looks great on TV. It's like a club.
Yeah, they have a club.
It's club.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
But it's old.
Oh.
It's old, and they share it with Miami, the Canes.
Oh.
It's a shareable. I would think that could be the next upgrade stadium.
All right. Gut feeling. Who's winning? The AFC East. Who's your prediction?
Bills.
You had NFC East. You had the. You chose the Eagles, and I think I chose the Cowboys out of just spite. Come on, Cowboys. At some point, you have to be good. You picked the Bills?
I picked the Bills.
I picked the Bills as well.
I do.
I think the Bills are winning the division, but I think it's going to be neck and neck.
I think it's going to be close. I'm not going to count out Vrabel and the Patriots, but I think Bills will edge them out for sure.
Pressure makes diamonds, so we'll see if Josh Allen can get that team back there.
He's had some chances.
Yeah, he definitely has. He's going to have that new dad strength, though.
I'd like the new dad strength over, let me see this, new dad strength over new girlfriend, fiance strength.
NDS greater than NGFS.
Yep. I don't like the other one. I think that it plummets stock.
Sounds like NCAA's thing. You think new girlfriend drags you down?
For sure.
Uh-oh. What does that mean for Travis Kelce?
No.
Well, he kind of had,
no, that's been going early. That's going for, I'm talking about somebody over.
Well, no, I know what you're talking about.
Not for Kelce. Kelce's been.
I know you're talking about Herbie.
Yeah. Kelce's been on the decline. Let's just be honest.
But first year Travis Kelce dating Taylor Swift won a Super Bowl.
You mean married? Or no, now
I'm saying, but now they're married. Like, does that make it better? It's real now. There's a ring on it.
Maybe.
Now he's got the rings and he's got the ring.
He don't have a choice. He's coming back for this year.
He's got the ring on the ring finger and the rings on the rest.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Come on.
It's been kind of quiet in Kansas City, right?
I hate the Chiefs, but I like Travis Kelce a lot.
No, he's a great dude.
I root for Travis Kelce, even if everything he does is
great dude.
Bad for the Raiders. So that concludes our divisional previews for this week. Next week will be North Week.
Let's go.
On Tuesday, we'll do the NFC North. On Thursday, we'll do
NFC North. That's a tough division.
That's a fun one. And then AFC North will be on Tuesday of next week. Speaking of tough, speaking of physical.
Trenches.
The trenches. The offensive line.
Trench monsters.
It's hard to talk about. Nobody really likes talking about it, but boy, oh boy, is it important. It's not a cliche for coaches to tell you how important the offensive line is, and quarterbacks and running backs to talk about how important the offensive line is. Pro Football Focus ranked offensive lines in the NFL, and they put the San Francisco 49ers at 10, the 10th best offensive line. I think Trent Williams is doing a lot of the heavy lifting there.
I do too.
Trent Williams, Connor Colby, Jake Brendel, Dominic Pooney, and Colton McKivitz. They write, Trent Williams was still dominant at 37 years old, earning a 91.1 Pro Football Focus grade for the 5th time in 6 seasons with the 49ers. This line's ranking is highly dependent on him retaining that level of play, though with Connor Colby earning a 52.4 PFF grade on 454 snaps at left guard next to him last year. If Dominic Pooney can bounce back after a sophomore slump, there's that term again, that saw his PFF grade drop from 80.5 as a rookie to 69.2 in year 2, then he can form a really strong right side with Colton McKivitz.
So
we haven't talked a lot about the line.
Okay,
for the
so
Niners.
I'm going to go through this because I think this is fun.
Okay.
I'm going to be honest with you, and I know offensive lines because I've been taught some things or two in the last 4 years about the lines.
We just talked to one yesterday.
We talked to one yesterday. He's taught me a lot too in terms of offensive lines. I don't really know a ton about these guys except for Trent Williams.
Yeah.
So when Coach Yak retweeted this PFF rating, I started to look under the headlines or the comments.
Uh-huh.
And so for the most part, this is what everybody in terms of fans feel. They feel like it's accurate in terms of left tackle, elite, right tackle, good, right, good. But then everybody kind of seems to agree that left guard, not good, and center, not good. So it's one of these things where
the middle of the line's faltering a little bit.
The left side is strong because of Trent Williams, even though their guard, I think, is not at the greatest level in terms of what people think about him. Right tackle is, good for the most part. And then right guard is good. So, yeah, I think the most of the time when you talk about the line, the reason why is definitely Trent Williams. He's like 37.
And he doesn't stop.
So it's just nuts to, at what point, though, do you want to say, these other guys are going to be contributing more with what happens up front? Because if, God forbid, Trent goes down, man, at 37, or he even gets a bumps or bruise that takes him out of a few games.
Listen, I'm not saying that this is a good strategy, but I am saying that if I were playing Madden and going against the Niners, and I had a run defense, I'm loading the left side because I think the run's going left. I think the run is coming towards Trent Williams to carry the load to get a little bit of space just to get Christian McCaffrey some room to run. We shall see. The offensive line, you almost, because Trenton Williams is such I don't know if this is a
freak.
No, I don't know if this is a good term to use for a player that is as dominant as Trent Williams is. He's such a comfort animal. You take so much comfort in Trent Williams being a part of that line that it feels like you don't worry about the line as much because Trent Williams is there.
Yeah, he's a comfort animal till he mauls you on the line.
Well, that's what I'm saying, because he's a beast, and there's nothing comforting about going against him.
No, it is.
But I'm saying if you're a Niner fan, it's like, I don't have to worry about my offensive line because Trent Williams is there.
But you kind of do.
But you kind of do.
And this is my just thoughts on this. I would say the line needs some work still.
Yeah.
It needs some work.
Clearly.
And there's obviously battles still going on. Kimberly's so funny. She says, hey now. Because I've been giving Justin a hard time lately. Kimberly is not like that.
We don't like him.
I get it, though.
Kimberly, you're being a Chargers fan is the biggest problem that I have with our comment section. I'll be honest with you. I have people in our comment section being mean to me, but you being a Chargers fan, gross. Yeah.
We all have our teams that we grew up or we picked for a reason.
We all have our problems. We all have our sins. I used to go
Speak for yourself.
I used to go see some classic. Boy, let me tell you, when Antonio Gates was on the Chargers and the Chargers would come to the Oakland Coliseum to take on the Raiders, whoo, that environment was fun, and Antonio Gates typically kicked our ass.
Those are facts. Then that's why you don't like him.
Well, they were, before the Chiefs rose to chiefdom, they were the biggest rival of the Raiders for the longest time, the Bolts.
I think it would make more sense for the Bolts to be next to an electrical substation.
Why is that, Kayla? Please explain your joke.
Well,
yeah,
they're the Chargers.
Ah.
Then they could do a whole thing. You could even put them on their jerseys, the EMF substation, all the stuff coming out of it.
Yeah, the Chargers are mad. Why didn't we think of that?
Right?
Why didn't we
They
think
got
of
our mascot. Dang it.
Damn it. Watch them come to play a game at Levi Stadium and just get like super powered.
Yeah. Justin Herbert just takes him
home.
to the Super Bowl that year.
We're home. The Las Vegas Raiders line was ranked 18th.
Well, because you want to know why? Because they added
Tyler
Linderbaum.
Yeah.
That's why. Where's the Titans at, just
The
in
Titans
curiosity?
are 29th.
Yeah, no surprise. I'm not surprised they're lower.
Who, if you were to guess the bottom of the league, I would not have guessed this. I knew their line was bad. I would not have guessed the bottom of the league according to Pro Football Focus.
Bottom of the league.
I would not have guessed this, but they're bad.
Jets?
No. The Jets are...
I just always use the Jets.
Yeah, we just assume the Jets are 21. They have a good quarterback. He just has to run for his life a lot.
Ooh.
You know.
Right. What do you mean, No,
I'm saying, like, as soon as I tell you, you're going to be like, oh, duh.
The Panthers?
No, but that's a good one. The Panthers are 26th.
Running for their lives.
They had a really, really good season and have not had a good one yet since.
Oh, Jaden Daniels.
Washington Commanders.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jaden Daniels has to run for his life and
dude, if
a lot of creation
if that
with those
doesn't
legs.
improve, that he's getting hurt again.
Yeah, the bottom of the league in terms of offensive line. Cleveland Browns 31, Jags 30, Titans 29. By the way, the top offensive lines in the league: number 1, the Denver Broncos; 2, the Eagles; 3, the Buccaneers; 4, the Colts; 5, the Bears.
Yeah, the Bears have done a lot of work to help out Caleb.
Here you go, Kimberly.
I'll give them credit for that.
Your Chargers are number 7.
All right, not
there
bad.
There you go. So Justin Herbert has no excuse for being stinky. You know what's funny is I used to be a really big Justin Herbert fan because I drafted him 2 years in a row in fantasy when he was young.
Is this why you don't like him, though?
No, he cooked.
Oh, okay. Why don't you like him?
He cooked because he's a Charger. Gross.
I'm
a fan of Jim Harbaugh,
an Oregon thing.
When Jim went to, I know that. When Jim went to, I'm a fan of Jim Harbaugh, and when Jim went to the Chargers, I was like,
weird.
well, I can't like you anymore.
I'll give him this. I was impressed when he broke his wrist last year, Kimberly. He really played tough. I'm serious. That's not easy to do. Like, he was getting knocked. Like, I broke my wrist. You broke yours.
Yeah.
Could you imagine going out there with your cast and someone coming after you?
No. No, thanks.
I'll give him that, man.
No, thank you.
He played tough.
When we come back, before Crosstalk with Whitey Gleason and Alan Stiles, their show, The Drive Guys, will lead you up to San Francisco 49ers football tonight. How fun is that to say?
Let's go.
Before we do a crosstalk with them, MLB or ESPN had their MLB in-season rankings, the top 50 players, and we'll revisit the Sacramento Kings schedule release, assuming we have time. It's Matt and Kayla on Sactown Sports.
This is Sactown, baby! Follow Sactown Sports 1140 on Facebook at facebook.com/Sactown Sports to keep tabs on the Kings, 49ers, UC Davis, and the entire Sactown Sports lineup all season long. Facebook.com/Sactown Sports. Your local sports leader, Sactown Sports 1140.
Get as loud as you can for Monster Jam!
The one and only Monster Jam. Packed with stunts, smiles, and jaw-dropping skills. See the world's best drivers tear up the dirt in your favorite Monster Jam trucks. Like Gravedigger, El Toro Loco, Sparkle Smash, and more. Only at Monster Jam. Coming to Golden One Center this weekend. Brought to you by BKD Tires and Morgan & Morgan. Specially priced Saturday night tickets available.
Hey, this is Greg Papa. Are you working through a major insurance claim? SunPoint Public Adjusters can help. SunPoint prepares, presents, and negotiates your claim with the insurance company, working only for you, making sure you get everything you're entitled to, not what just some adjuster working for an insurance company thinks you should get. Call SunPoint today at 888-247-7865 or contact us at sunpoint.us. SunPoint Public Adjusters, the gold standard in public adjusting.
License number 2N14884.
Need a reason to hit the range this week? Well, Hagen Oaks has too. Monday nights are happy hour all night long with special pricing on hot dogs and ice cold beer while you hit balls under the lights. Then Thursday, join the new Top Tracer competition nights. Play Pebble Beach, compete in closest to the pin, long drive, and more with fun interactive games for every skill level. Grab your friends and make Hagen Oaks your weeknight destination. Visit HagenOaks.com for more details. Hagen Oaks Driving Range, more games, more laughs, more reasons to play.
Sleep Number's new collections are designed to adapt to the changing nature of your life and your sleep needs. Whether it's the personalized comfort of the new Comfort Mode mattress, the targeted pressure relief of the Comfort Next mattress, or the Climate Collection that actively cools or warms to help you fall asleep and stay asleep.
And now, get early access to our biggest sale of the year. Save 25% on the new Comfort Next Luxe for a limited time. Only at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight illnesses like pneumococcal pneumonia and RSV. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and can help protect you from getting really sick. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. See more at PfizerForAll.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
At Big O, we offer total auto care to make any car problem feel like no problem at all. We keep the scary lights off and help you get back on the road. Now through August 31st, during our High Temps Low Prices sales event, receive $80 to $120 in instant savings on 4 select in-stock Nexen, Nitto, or Sumitomo tires with installation purchase. Big O Tires, the team you trust. Installation required. Disposal fees and shop fees extra where permitted. See store for pricing. Eligibility may vary. Not valid with other offers.
Matt and Kayla on Sactown Sports 1140.
So I looked over to Kayla's computer during the break because I'm a snoop like that.
Wait, you're spying on me?
I'm snooping. Well, it's hard to miss because Kayla...
Oh, God. I do not. That's not giant size.
No, not right now it's not. But
I have my glasses on.
Every once in a while, she'll zoom into giant size, and it just makes me laugh.
It's when I don't have my glasses on.
It makes me laugh. Not because you're increasing it to see, but like I said, I'm vain, and you crop me out of like the comment section. It just makes me laugh.
It's not because I mean to.
I know.
I just am trying to look at the comments,
it makes
not
me
your
laugh
face.
every time I see it. But I look over, and I thought for a second that Kayla's computer was all the way zoomed in. No, it was just a really long tweet from Matt Mayoko.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
About the injury report. So a long list of Niners out tonight because of injuries, huh, Kayla?
Yeah, you want to list them? Go for it.
Oh, okay. I'll
go for it. Have some fun with this one.
Fine, I'll go get it. I thought you still had it. Here we go. The injuries on the current 49ers 90-man roster include...
Drum roll, please.
It's going to be a long drum roll. Christian Kirk, calf. Vidarian Lowe, ankle. Jordan James, ribs. Malik Mustafa, hamstring. Keon White, adductor. Mike Evans, quad. Kaylon Black, adductor. Jacob Cowing, hip flexor. Kyle Juszczyk, finger. Brett Toth, concussion. Nick Bosa, soreness. That guy, elbow. Christian McCaffrey, tightness. Luke Gafford, hamstring.
Gifford.
What did I say? Gafford?
Yeah, it's Gifford.
Luke Gofford.
Gifford.
George Kittle, Achilles. Michael Williams, knee. Isaac Garendo, pec.
Yuck.
Hey.
Heck.
Hey, Evans is returning to individual drills, though.
Yay. By the way, guess the abductor's a popular one. Hip flexor, that area.
Hey, man. Don't get hit in the hips. Don't take out the hips.
I mean, clearly they've got to list them. If they list them, they got to put them with a designation. But
touch the hips. You know what I've noticed on this injury report?
Go for it.
No fifth finger soreness. Can you remember that?
Yes.
The Zach Levine injury.
Really,
fifth
really
finger
funny.
Soreness, a.k.a. hurt pinky.
Mm-hmm. At least it wasn't the sixth.
Listen, man.
That would have been weird.
I've jammed like a pinky toe before, and I assume it's like a similar pain if you like.
Yeah, many of us have.
If I stub my toe or like jam my pinky toe on like the door frame when I cut the corner to,
you want to know what I did?
Day to day, that hurts like a mother.
I was on a cruise about a year ago.
Oh God, what did you?
And
do?
before the cruise,
oh boy,
I will not go into detail on this, but I got mad and I kicked someone full force.
Someone?
Yeah.
Kayla, that's assault.
In the shin.
Kayla, why do you hurt people?
Well.
Also, why did you get that mad?
I believe I broke my toe. And so for the whole cruise, it was enlarged in black and blue. And, yeah.
Okay.
My toe is
on.
It's fine now.
No, we have questions.
Gone back to I can't get into detail about that.
We have to have a little bit of
Can't
question.
get into detail.
Give me a Spark Notes version of why you got so angry.
Because
Can you give me anything? It doesn't have to be specific. Just give me a vague reason.
well, sometimes when you just need to make a point and the person is not listening to your point.
So you kick them? Oh God, being on a radio show with you, that's bad for me. So if I don't listen to your point, I'm going to get kicked?
Just,
I'm
that was, again, my younger Kayla came out in that moment.
I swear to God, Kayla's going to hit me at some point on this show. She's going to.
I'm not
Your
going to.
impulse is physical.
I got to save my job. I'm not going to do that.
Well, so I'm not saying the bosses wouldn't think I deserved it.
That's true.
They might go good.
That's very true.
Hell, I think you'd be more popular in this city if you
It'd
did
be
that.
more known for if we're out at an event.
Suddenly Russell Westbrook DMs you. Atta girl! Got his ass.
Got him.
Shut up, Jay.
Oh, no, I don't actually have crazy enough, man. It's not a temper that's not actually it. I can be pretty calm until I absolutely am pushed to the brink.
Yeah, I don't
have
it's
a temper.
I think you have a physical impulse. And I don't think it's a temper. I just think your impulse is physicality, which I think comes from having a brother.
Probably. And just having to stand up for myself a lot.
Well, listen. Don't kick people before going on cruises. That's the takeaway from today's show.
My toe's fine now.
Well, I'm glad.
I do think I broke it, though. It was hurt for a very long time.
Yeah.
It would, pop.
Huh? Ugh. So if you meet Kayla out in publicity. If you meet Kayla out in public. Why are you laughing, Jay? Shut up. If you meet Kayla out in public, let her finish her point.
No, it wasn't Carnival.
Or you'll get She kicked him because it was Carnival. You said it was Princess.
Was it Carnival?
You said it was Royal Caribbean.
No, man is it is on this one. Gemini behavior.
No, hold on. Don't put that on me. No, I'm a Gemini as well. I've never been in a fight in my life.
Dude, Matt, you got your own concerns.
What does that mean?
That puts you in a Gemini category.
Oh, please divulge. Go ahead.
I have to get out the description of a Gemini.
We've done it before. I just would like to know. What did you mean by that?
Well, you get irritated at certain things.
Very much so.
And get
like the Sacramento Kings.
Honed in on it.
Like the NBA.
And very passionate. We're very passionate sign.
I just express my passion in words that get me in trouble with Russell Westbrook.
Right.
You express your passion in physicality that gets you in trouble with the police.
No, that's not true.
I think I'd rather be in trouble with the police than Russell Westbrook after experiencing Russell Westbrook, to be completely honest with you. So maybe you're doing it right. Oh,
goodness.
I've never been in a fight in my life. Can you tell?
Oh, it was not red. I would never. That's the one thing. My dog, he could do anything he wants. I might yell for a second and then, you're such a good boy.
You're going Southern
Such a
again.
cutie.
Do you know you're going Southern again?
No, I tend to do that.
It's hilarious. Every once in a while it comes out. Every once in a while it comes out that Kayla's background in Tennessee, and it's not that you're from
right, but you
Tennessee,
do pick up a bit of an accent.
Absolutely, you do. Like my aunt lives in South Carolina now. She's lived in South Carolina for 5 years. She's a California girl her entire life.
She have an accent.
I talked to her on the phone. She's got a South Carolina accent out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I ain't talking about red. Nah, I'll talk to.
Oh, red.
I ain't talking about red. I might yell at red, but then I'll be all baby voice right after that. And then you go back to your normal Spokane accent.
Oh, the joy of radio.
Hey, ESPN ranked their top 50 MLB players.
Okay.
Now it's in the middle of the season. Shohei Ohtani is number 1. Pete Crow Armstrong, number 2. Surprisingly.
All right.
Surprisingly. Yordan Alvarez, number 3. Jacob Mizorowski, number 4. Bobby Witt Jr., number 5. The A's have someone on the list. You go down to 36, and it's first baseman Nick Kurtz.
Good for him.
Is on the list. Yes, very, very fun. He's right ahead of Luis Arias, of course, former Giant. He's at 37, now with the Philadelphia Phillies, the second baseman. At the very top of the article, it'll say, hey, jump to your team. If your team has any players, if you click on this, it'll jump to those players for you. And then it lists the not top 50 players. In the American League, the Baltimore Orioles, the Los Angeles Angels, the Minnesota Twins, and the Texas Rangers, none of them have top 50 players. In the National League, only one team does not have a top 50 player. Kayla Anderson, can you name that team?
Okay, only one.
Only one team in the National League does not have a top 50 player.
Uh-oh. The Giants?
The San Francisco Giants
no.
are the only team in the National League to, according to ESPN, not have a top 50 player because they traded him away to Luis Arias. But they still have Rafael Devers, not top 50.
Not on there.
Matt Chapman, not top 50. Logan Webb, not top 50. Dang. Wowzers.
This is truly looking like it's going to be a rebirth or a whatever you want to call it.
Stinky season.
And I do believe they're going to bring in as many younger guys for, I think, Tony to mold.
They have, though. They revamped their farm system.
Yeah.
I think Buster Posey had a really good trade deadline.
Yeah.
We'll see how that plays out.
I think that's what he wants, though, Tony to do is to mold this team.
I think, that's a good point. I think what Buster Posey did at the trade deadline just bought Tony Vitello more time.
I do, too.
Because now
that was telling.
He's got something to work with. He still has to figure out Devers and Adames and those
sure,
guys.
You can't get rid of them all.
That's more of a Buster Posey problem, I think, than a Tony Vitello problem at this point.
Sure.
The NBA schedule's dropped. The Kings schedule is out. And last week, we did or was it this week? Might have been Monday. We did a Kings schedule drop guessing
That was on Monday.
Was it on Monday?
Yeah.
Time flies when
I
you're
know.
doing radio shows in August.
Where's the having fun part?
I said doing radio shows in August. Take with that what you will.
Well, you were out half of that, so.
Listen, still day to day, still recovering. Kayla's going to be gone tomorrow.
No,
hold on.
3-day weekend. You know I don't take like more than a few days.
No, I would hope that if you were as sick as me that you would take days off. Because if
not,
I came...
Not happening.
Listen.
I actually would.
If I walk into this studio... and you sound like that.
Matt
Either
George.
your ass is leaving or I'm leaving.
Yeah, that's true.
Cough into your microphone. That's Alan's microphone. Never mind. Go ahead.
No, I'm not going to do that.
I know. Team player. But Kayla is getting a well-deserved 3-day weekend, so you'll be stuck with me tomorrow. Ha ha ha.
Have fun.
Listen, done a solo podcast for years. If there's anything I can do, it's listen to myself.
He likes talking.
I can blab. Let's see how we did on our scheduled drop guessing game. Anthony's not here, so if he wins, too bad.
He's going to.
Season opener opponent. I guessed the Portland Trail Blazers. I was very close.
What do you mean you were very close?
Because they have Portland on game 2, their home opener. But I don't we don't do half point nonsense. Kayla, you had the LA Lakers. You were very close.
Half point.
Half point. No, you don't get a half point.
See, you just said it. I knew I was going to talk you into it.
You do not get a half point. It is in LA. You had the Lakers, but it's against the Clippers. Anthony did have the Clippers, but he had them at home. That's okay. We'll still give him the point.
Wait, no. Half point. He's not getting a whole point.
He gets a whole point.
Why?
Because.
It's not a whole right.
I'm giving him a whole point.
That's cheating.
Why?
Because he only got one part of it right.
You don't get a half point for LA.
Then give him a half.
Fine. He gets a half point.
There
you have
we go.
No points. Just don't kick me.
My leg isn't too far. It does reach.
Get away from me. Final game of the season opponent. Well, none of us had them playing the Clippers
Wah, wah.
the start and end the season. I had the Grizzlies.
I had
you
Portland.
had the Blazers. And Anthony had Dallas. He was close with Dallas.
Yeah, he was
final
close.
Home game is against Dallas. But we're all wrong, so no points there. How many national TV games? I said 4. You said 5. Anthony said 2. Anthony wins. They only got 2.
Anthony's going to win this.
Which divisional opponent do the Kings play first? I said the Suns. I'm wrong. You said the Lakers because you had them opening the season. You're wrong. Anthony has the Clippers. So Anthony is at now 2 full points because he gets 2 half points.
Get out of here, man.
Okay. 2 full points for Anthony. And then I had this is the fun one. Everyone pick a number between 1 and 82. I picked number 9
Mm-hmm.
to guess, and I guessed number 9 they would be against the Wizards in Washington. Well, I already know that's wrong because they don't play the Wizards in Washington until like February. Number 9 is the Kings versus the Spurs in Sacramento. That's their cup game. You had 27, the Miami Heat at home. 27 is at Miami. you were so close. You can have a half point.
Okay.
You can have a half point for that. That's pretty crazy. And then Anthony had 56. The Celtics away in Boston. He had it's at Atlanta. So kind of close. He doesn't get any points for that. Really quickly, which star on a new team will we see in Sacramento first? I said LaMelo Ball. You said Jaren Jackson Jr. Anthony said John Morant. Anthony wins again.
Get out of here, Anthony.
John
You're not
Morant
even here. Come on,
Portland.
man.
And then finally, which top rookie are we going to see in Sacramento first? You both said Keaton Wagler. I said Darren Peterson. Just looking at this, in Sacramento, it's Cam Boozer. Memphis will be here game 3. So there you go. I didn't get a single point. This game sucks. We'll
I
take
got
the
a
break.
half point. I win.
Yeah, shut up. Whitey Gleason, Alan Stiles join us next on Sactown Sports.
Take Sactown Sports with you everywhere you go with the Sactown Sports app. The most in-depth coverage of the Kings and 49ers. A library of written and video content. And all your favorite personalities all in one place. Download the Sactown Sports app today and get in on the action. Your local sports leader, Sactown Sports 1140.
Man, I love this place. I've been surfing here since I was a kid. Now, seeing my grandson out on the water, it means everything to me. Watching him and taking in the blue waves, the sea breeze, the blurry horizon.
If you have geographic atrophy, or GA, subtle changes in vision could mean it's progressing toward irreversible vision loss. Izervay is proven to slow GA progression and could help preserve your vision for longer, so you may keep seeing the world around you. Izervay, or avacincaptad pegol, is an eye injection. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may cause blood in the white of the eye, blurred vision, or a temporary increase in eye pressure. Do not drive or use machinery until vision has recovered after an eye injection or exam. Ask your retina specialist how you can slow your GA with Izervay. To learn more, call 1-855-IZERVAY or go to izervay.com. Paid for by Astellas Pharma.
Sacramento's best selection, best quality, and lowest prices on kitchen and bath products are at the new Anova Cabinet and Stone. For a limited time, get stunning new quartz countertops starting at just $159. That's right, only $159 for gorgeous quartz countertops. Listen to this. For a limited time, cabinets for kitchens and bathrooms are up to 50% off. Yes, up to 50% off new cabinets. It's a must-see. The new Anova Cabinet and Stone at Florin Road and Highway 99. Learn more at AnovaCabinetStone.com.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave, and yeah, I've been on the air here just shy of 25 years, and you guys know that when I endorse something, I have a few very important things. Number one, I love it when they're local. Number two, I have to be willing to use them myself. This is where Pest Pros came in, or comes in, I should say, because I've known these guys as Kings fans a long, long time. I also have a mouse problem at my house. I also have a cockroach problem at my house. And I did it the old-fashioned way. Went through Facebook, got a hold of these guys. We became friends. And when I found out what Pest Pros does in the community, I thought, I've got to have you guys on the air. We've got a partner, locally owned, locally operated. Their kids go to school with your kids. You're going to get pest control somewhere. Get it with Pest Pros. Here's how you get a hold of them. PestProsPS.com or call them at 916-588-9345. That's 916-588-9345 and tell them Carmichael Dave sent you.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You sort through tons of resumes and you get too many so-so applicants. You're just waiting for someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now there's a place where you can meet them fast. ZipRecruiter.
Need to hire right away. Start your search for strong candidates. The right fit awaits. Build your team. Build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free, and you're on your way to meeting your match. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it now. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Want the best movie experience in town? Join Sactown Sports IMAX Pass by visiting SactownSports.com. Sign up today. You can win tickets to see this week's films at the Esquire IMAX.
It all run its course.
Air out.
What song reminds you of Whitey?
There are just too many.
Yeah.
I have not heard this new one. I would like to hear it.
I will send it to you now.
Song.
Okay.
I don't know.
The Ben Simmons song.
Be careful because sometimes when he sends it, it doesn't fully go through. That's why I was unable to.
Did that really
listen.
happen?
Oh, jeez. He's like, wait a second.
All right. Okay.
What did Alan think of it?
Phenomenal. Phenomenal.
I heard it was
Chords.
MJ, so I know I'm going to like it.
Yeah, the chords.
Oh, my God.
I liked it more than
MJ.
I liked it more
I
than
love
Dave.
little MJ.
Yeah, I liked it more than Dave.
Oh, I love this song. It's Ben.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it more than Dave.
Like it more than Dave.
I'm surprised.
Low bar.
Yeah.
I didn't hear Dave say anything yet, so.
Well, we took him by surprise. I think he was
Okay.
a little taken aback because normally I send it to him so he can hear it.
Sure. Was
Rod ambushed him with
and
it?
this was kind of, we just kind of,
Oh, I can't wait for this one.
yeah. So anyway. There you
Yay. I'm going to listen to it on my way home.
go. Yeah. Now I got to do something for Africa.
Yeah, Toto. Dun, dun. Yeah.
Oh my God, this makes me think of Whitey.
It does. And it's just a cool tune.
Yeah, vibey.
You know,
it's good vibes.
How about
vibey.
Weezer doing like a dead-on cover of it?
They did.
Dead on.
Yep.
How about that, man?
Best cover all time.
You look like you're going to. Are you a Georgia Bulldog fan today? He just reminded me of a Georgia
Those are the
Bulldog fan
colors.
today.
Go Dogs.
Do you like to speed?
Oh,
Do you have the need for speed?
go Dogs.
They come in this room and you turn on me immediately. What did I do? You're also wearing red.
Not Georgia Bulldog. Well, actually,
Yeah.
take that back.
Yeah, it's red and black.
We did color coordinate
Nah,
today.
it wasn't by choice.
You know, I listen every day. I did not hear you guys explain today why the Kings only have 2 nationally televised games.
Oh.
The only thing that was actually perplexing to me about that is, and Whitey, I think you know this, the Kings the NBA typically, when the Kings do get nationally televised games,
I did hear you say that.
typically at least one, if not all of them, are in Sacramento. Because a lot of times, like the NBA's talked about wanting to showcase Sacramento and the beam and the crowd. 2 national TV games is not surprising.
The Peacock.
But not having any of them,
NBC and Peacock.
not having any of them in Sacramento, that's kind of.
Look, man, as we know, this is a fickle world, and that ship.
I think they
This
probably
is
look at it and
serious
say,
now.
Jake Aiden's leaving.
Yeah,
that's
right.
true.
Like, see,
Good point.
Yeah.
they're
Hey.
not the only ones, though, guys. Brooklyn has just 2. Memphis has just 2.
That's surprising.
Milwaukee just 2.
That makes
New
sense.
Orleans just 2.
That makes sense.
And Sacramento, the 2 club.
That fits.
It sounds about right, doesn't
Yeah.
it?
But
Yep.
don't worry, national TV audience, for the 1,000th time,
Oh, God.
you will get Kings versus Warriors
Jeez.
at the Chase Center.
Never fails.
There you go.
Hey,
Kings,
man.
Warriors.
That's what you're going to get.
Warriors
That's an 8
else?
o'clock game, too, isn't
Well,
it?
It is?
Yes, it's an 8 o'clock tip
Yeah.
at Chase Center. Well, the other one is at Denver, which is like, okay, at least Denver's a good team. But
That's
no,
weird.
like, rookie on rookie, no Acuff Flemings, Acuff Wagler.
I thought that was interesting. That
I'm
didn't
surprised
have
by
that.
Little bit.
Yeah, I just don't think they're thinking about the Kings.
Well,
They get to the bottom of the list. All right,
Oh,
we got to
shoot.
give them something.
Yeah.
Give them the Warriors and whatever else.
But
I know you guys
Not
know
just
this.
the Kings,
Put
other
Jokic
teams
and Steph
too.
on TV.
Yeah.
Especially Kayla, because she's just looking at it. Do you know how many games the Lakers, Sixers,
Yeah.
and Knicks have?
Yep.
Oh, I haven't seen this.
Yeah.
Can I guess?
They all have the same, I'm assuming.
See who gets closer. Matt against Allen.
So the max I remember is like it's like 50, right? Which I don't think we're there. I'm gonna. Are they all the same?
I believe the three of them are tied, right, Kayla?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say 44.
44? For the win, Allen.
That feels high, but yeah, I'm going to say 35.
Who's closer?
34 is the answer.
Come on. The Price is Right. Love that show.
If the price is right, you both lose because you both went over.
Oh.
This is
you
a
don't
different
wanna-
version.
Yeah,
This is the
okay.
New Testament version.
The price is almost right, kind of.
Horseshoes.
Hey,
Yeah.
you guys get to do a radio show leading into Niner football on these airwaves. How fired up are you?
And no substation
And leading up
talk.
to Raider football.
It
away.
begins tonight.
Yeah.
The Fernando Mendoza era. You need to be
does.
more excited than you are.
I am.
Let's
I am. I have
go.
my top 5 Raiders.
Where's his
'cause
Celsius? Get this man a
I
Celsius.
saved it. It's in my fridge for tomorrow because it's a short show. So I
His
figured-
Raider fandom was
Okay.
called into question.
It was. I don't know how we got there,
Was
but
it?
What happened?
Jay and I need to get back on one accord today.
What happened?
No, it was a lot of fun in our 5 at 5. There was a question, and long story short, Jay asked me, and so here's the thing. Let me ask you a question.
Yeah, okay.
You're a Raider fan.
Die
Who's
hard.
your favorite Raider of all time?
Probably Khalil
Speaking
Mack.
of.
Who's your second?
Rich Gannon.
Okay, but when you rank them, you just throw them all into because Jay
Warren,
said
he
who's
had
your,
a hard time
Jay
doing that
said who's
yesterday.
your favorite
Warren Sapp.
Raider, and I said
Jerry Rice.
no. He said who's your favorite Raider? I said Bo Jackson. Then he said who's number 2, and I had to think about it. I don't really think about number 2. So now I have a full list
Bo's
because
just out ahead.
Jay said I gotta go do my homework and prove my worth. The texters were saying, "Are you really a Niner fan?" And they're making you pretend to be a Raider fan.
I'm questioning it
so
now.
Jay.
yeah, I'm gonna fix that.
Wow.
Jay Johnson. You're right. That's crazy.
Wow.
A second Raider.
I don't
He couldn't
have-
come up with a second Raider.
I don't have a second favorite. I don't fan like that. I don't fan like that.
Surprised you didn't say like Darius.
I don't have a
Hayward-Bay.
second favorite Giant. I don't have a second favorite Giants
Michael
player.
Crabtree.
Right now, this is my favorite.
You know,
one.
it's Barry.
This is my
It's
favorite, Alan.
Barry. What am I? Oh, Willie May. Like I don't know.
Randy Moss.
I have my list.
Derek
I
Carr.
checked it twice. And I'm gonna give it to all the naysayers out here
You're disappointing.
because it's the
There he is. There he is. All right. The Drive, guys, coming up next, leading up to Niner football. Kayla will be gone tomorrow.
Bang, bang.
You're stuck with me tomorrow at 10 a.m. We'll see you
Sorry,
then.
crowd.
Gang, Niner gang.
Peace.
SactownSports.com is your online home for sports in Sacramento. Dive deep into the Kings, 49ers, Raiders, Giants, Athletics, and more with your favorite local personalities and some of the most trusted sports voices in the community. Stream Sactown Sports 1140. Watch original video content and read in-depth analysis all in one location. SactownSports.com. Your local sports leader. Sactown Sports 1140.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones